Mattel Electronics presents Astrosmash.
This is Blue Sky Ranger Steve Ettinger, and you're watching the Intellivision Show.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Intellivision Show. I'm your host, the Intellivision Gamer, and everyone on the Retro Gamer channel, welcome from there as well. If you guys didn't already see, this is not a regular show. We are going to do the Astrosmash competition, and then we're going to get hours, and however long it takes until we're done. Steve and I are both prepared to finish it tonight. We are going to talk about Chip Shot 2. We are going to show the game, play the game, talk all about the process. Steve has a lot of information, and we're going to talk about what mostly him, but what we did, and we're going to talk about the upcoming golf league, and we're going to show you. We're going to actually play a lot of the modes and show it all off. You guys are going to be pleasantly surprised. I'm 100% sure of that. So let's go ahead and say hi really quick to everyone. I'm not going to spend too much time because we have 4 competitors that are ready to rock and roll in the finale for the Astrosmash competition. It's going to be 10 minutes, just like all the other weeks were. And the winner is going to receive, I can't even talk already. The winner is going to receive a complete in-box homebrew game. I have several to choose from. I'll let the winner pick whichever one they would like. We got Code. We got Keith. We got Benvril. Tofu's here. PJ Smith. Miles Smith. Already 2 Smiths. Tim's here. Pine Soul. Kurt Bradshaw. Dale's here. John. Retro Creep's here. Atari Creep for all you old school cats. Isiro Trot? Sorry, I don't even know how to say that one. Welcome, welcome. Pierre's here. What's going on, Pierre? Herb Wars. The Hoff is here. Chris is here. He's backstage also, of course. Aaron, what's going on? Yes, it's a nice shirt. It's a thick shirt, too. It's a very nice shirt. Salvatore. All right. So, like I said, we are going to get right into our guests. We're going to do the Astrosmash tournament, and then you're going to get a whole lot of Chip Shot 2 love for the rest of the show. All the regular segments will be back next week, and I will catch up on anything that I missed. Like, we'll have double scores. We'll have all the news. Everything will still be there. Just next week is going to be the makeup show. Tonight, it's all competition and Chip Shot 2. And believe me, it's going to be one of the longest shows. All right, so let's go ahead and welcome everyone on in the order they came in. First, I had Michael, Retro Gamer 1977, who was second overall besides the winner pod. I'm talking about the 4 that are here. Welcome, Michael.
Hey.
And then we had Michael Hayes, who eked into the top 4 when Pod couldn't make it due to he's like 8 hours ahead. It's like 1 and 2 in the morning over there, 3, I don't know, something like that. Welcome, Michael Hayes.
Hello.
And then we have Famous or Crispy, who shocked the Intellivision community by winning his week and making it into the top 4. I mean, before he was a relatively unknown in the Intellivision community, and now he is on the top. He placed 3rd overall. Welcome, Chris.
What's happening, guys?
And then last, but certainly not least, we have your number 1 seed. I can see him downstairs. He's ready. We have Cyrus, Super Mega Graphics 64. What's going on, sir?
Yatta!
Now, Pod wiped the floor with all of us, but you 4 and myself, which I didn't count, are all really, really close. All 4, top 5 or 6 were only like 1,000 or 2 points difference total. So I have a feeling this is going to be a really exciting finale. And you guys are playing for a complete in-box homebrew game. I have several to choose from for whoever wins. So does anyone have any thing they want to say or smack talk before we get started?
Next week.
Let me tell you something, brother. Let me tell you something, brother. First of all, I'll meet you at SummerSlam. I don't know.
It's nice to be back. It's nice to be here with everybody.
Does it feel weird being live?
Well, it always has, to be honest. The anxiety, the depression, the fear that I won't please the people. It feels fine.
I never even liked being on video, camera, or anything until this. I'm quite used to it now, though. Anyone else before we get going? All right. And once again, the poll, did I show? I'll show these were all the contestants and their scores. Hopefully everyone can read that. It was a lot of fun. We'll have to do this again. Maybe next year we'll do the game again. I have other games in the works, like Frantic has a timer now. Space Intruders, I talked to Paisley Boxers. He's going to add a timer. So we'll have some other choices. And there's a few other games that'll work as well. But this was a lot of fun. And, good luck to everyone. Oh. All right, good. I put it back. All right, so don't hit start yet. Just get it in there and put it at 10 minutes. And Cyrus, flip on over to the other side. And then I'm going to do a quick countdown and then hit enter. And then just play until it stops and leave that screen up.
Can you put our names up so people can see?
Oh, yeah, sorry. Thank you for reminding me.
I'm a professional.
I'm usually playing by myself.
Whoa.
All right, so we got, let me put them in. Let me switch this a little bit.
Am I too loud, by the way? Because I notice a lot of times I'm way too loud.
I don't think so.
Okay.
All right, guys, so I got them in seating order. Now Cyrus, top left. Michael, Retro Gamer, was in the 2 spot. He's in the top right. And then Famous or Crispy in the lower left. And Michael Hayes was 4th. He's in the lower right. So, all right, guys, on the countdown, when I say 1, hit enter. So 3, 2, 1. We are live. 10 minutes of Astrosmash competition. Top 4 guys.
And red's
really
in the lead, and here comes yellow, and it looks like blue.
Exact the bet, red, yellow for 250. Oh, I gotta change Chris's name. I can't quite see the score there.
Gotta be able to see the score. Gotta be able to see the score.
All right. I believe I can see everyone's score now. We got Michael Hayes out front with 890.
Don't jinx me.
Cyrus in the 2 spot with
Ooh,
765.
I see
just
blue.
behind your leader. Chris and Michael right there, neck and neck for the 3 spot. Again, you can see the timer there. It says 10. That's going to change 987 down to 1. The last minute, you'll see the seconds. All 4 contestants into the round 2. We got blue.
Uh-oh.
A death by
I see
Michael.
red now.
In the poll, you guys last week picked Michael Hayes to win tonight.
Oh.
Oh,
Right.
you all love me.
I think I did, actually. I think I picked mine.
It's really close between Michael and Cyrus. Few hundred points for the lead. Chris, 2360 in the lower left. And Michael, Retro Gamer 1977, just a little behind Crispy. Another death by Michael. Michael was number 2 overall in the competition. Guys, they are playing for a complete in-box homebrew game. Michael Hayes and Cyrus, pretty close, almost neck and neck, kind of starting to pull away a little bit from Chris in the 3 spot. Your leader, 46-30, 46-50. Now Cyrus taking over the top spot with a death by Chris. Cyrus now reaching 5,000. Oh, and Michael Hayes with a surge right there. Hit level 3 first and took back the lead. Cyrus now back out front. That is so close as you glance over. It's they keep swapping lead. Right now it's all Cyrus. 8 minutes to go.
You didn't know we were into lead swapping, did you? Casey, you didn't know we were into lead swapping, did you? Oh, no.
Lead swapping. Oh, Cyrus smack talking, and now he died. He's still holding that lead.
You can't do two things at once.
Chris only about 500 points from your leader. He's right there as well. Retro Gamer 1977 having a little bit of a rough start. There's still 7 minutes of game time left in this one. We got Chris now out front. 8,700. Just a little bit ahead of Cyrus. Michael Hayes right there as well. Near 9,000. Oh, death by Cyrus. That's going to give Chris a little bit more breathing room. Chris now with about a 500-point lead. Michael Hayes now taking that lead back. Chris right behind him. Cyrus just behind Chris. Michael Hayes, Retro Gamer 1977 up to level 3 now, 5,900.
No, do not want.
Cyrus with another death there. That could be costly at this point. There's still 6 minutes to go, but you don't want anyone to get too far ahead of you. Oh, Chris with a death. It's going to give Michael a little bit of breathing room. Michael Hayes. Michael Hayes now almost 14,000. Hits over 14,000 there. About 1,000 ahead of Chris, about 1,500 ahead of Cyrus. Gamer 1977 with a death. Cyrus with a death. Crispy with a death.
That'd be a good name for a candy bar. Crispy Death.
So their scores for their qualification rounds were 34,125 for Cyrus, 33,000 for Retro Gamer 77. Chris was 32,640 and Michael Hayes was 32,130. They are nearing that halfway score, about halfway in, so they're about on par. You guys are just popping in. We are going into Chip Shot 2 after this competition. This is a special show. Michael Hayes, about a 3,500 to 4,000 point lead, depending on when you look. Cyrus and Chris neck and neck, just a couple hundred points apart. Chris with a death right there, letting Cyrus catch up. Death by Retro Gamer 77. Still in level 3. 20,000. You're going to move on to level 4. Everyone in level 3 right now. I'll catch up with you guys in chat here after this one's over.
There it is.
DJC Game Studios is here.
My gosh.
I can't allow this.
Chris with a death there, feeling the pressure. Cyrus taking over that 2 spot. Retro Gamer 1977's had a pretty good run this last few minutes. He's still 4,000 from Chris and Cyrus. Michael Hayes now 22,000 in. Death by your leader. 21,008. First one to level 4 is Michael Hayes. Chris with a death there, needed that hyperspace. Cyrus just 1,500 from level 4. Now a death there. Going to give Chris a little bit of room. Time to catch up. They're about 500-600 points apart. Retro Gamer 1977 nearing that 15,000 mark, just a few thousand behind. Michael Hayes starting to really run away with it. Oh, Chris is gonna die there. I saw 3 of the spinners coming down. Michael Hayes now with an 8,000 point lead over Cyrus.
Oh.
Chris just about 1,500 behind Cyrus in the 3 spot. And Retro Gamer 1977 just about 3,000 behind Chris now. Your leader just hit the 30,000 mark. We got 3 minutes to go in this one. Death from your leader. Death from your leader. Chris and Cyrus both now in level 4. That lovely turquoise color. You're also going to get those alien ships. 2 minutes to go. We've hit the 2-minute mark. Again, Pod not able to make it due to the time zone. These are your next top 4 contenders that went on for a couple months. We were playing Astrosmash Competition for 10 minutes. These are the top 4 finishers battling it out for a complete in-box game. Death from your leader, 33,000, still has a nice cushion there, but not what it once was. Retro Gamer 1977 trying to get to that level 4. He's less than 1,000 points away. Michael Hayes has about an 8,000 to 9,000 point lead still.
1 minute till blast.
52 seconds to go. Unless something drastic happens, it's looking like it's going to be Michael Hayes. There's still a big battle for that 2 spot. Cyrus and Chris, just about 1,000 to 1,500 apart, depending on whenever you look. Cyrus dealing with 2 alien ships in a row, takes care of them. Oh, then dies on a big asteroid. We got Retro Gamer 1977 now on level 4. Chris with a death there. He's got a near 2,000 point lead. He's going to have the last 10 seconds here with no deaths. Can happen fast. Oh, death from your leader. He's still about 6,000 points ahead.
All right.
Oh,
Michael Hayes takes the win and sets the new top score with 37,345. And Chris going to take the 2 spot, Famous or Crispy, with 31,610. Cyrus in the 3 with 28,365. And Retro Gamer 1977, 23,970. Congratulations, Michael Hayes. It looks like the poll was right this time.
Okay.
Good game, guys.
good
Very
job.
good.
Yeah, man.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome game.
Good game.
Did you guys feel the pressure during that?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I wonder
dude.
why that would be, Casey. Sheesh. Good job.
Just a
man.
tad.
Good job.
Just a tad bit.
Tad bit. I hope you guys had a good time. It was fun doing the competition the whole time we were doing it, and it was fun to have. I'm glad that besides Pod's incredible score, I'm glad the next top 4 could make it. DJC was on standby just in case because he was on deck if someone couldn't make it or had any issues. But again, congrats, Michael. Does anyone have anything they want to say about the competition or their channel before we move on with Steve Ettinger?
First of all, I thought it was completely rigged from the beginning. No, no, it was awesome. Thank you. Thank you. And thanks everybody for joining in. This was great. This was really cool.
So there is one piece of news. I know you don't know. You have the return of Super Megagraph 64. Would you like to tell everyone?
Yeah, you just what Casey said. Like Sunday, Sunday I'm not saying when on Sunday, but something will happen on Sunday on my channel if you're curious about it.
Cyrus is taking a little bit of a break. It'll be good to have him back. Michael, do you have anything coming up that you'd like to talk about or any words about the competition?
Well, I'm just I don't know. I don't want to say I'm happy it's over, but I'm looking really forward to Steve Ettinger tonight.
Yes, I am too, and I already know about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm excited to
Plus,
share it.
yeah. Plus, of course, I'll promote my Twitch channel.
Mike,
Yeah,
do you have
I
a
try
list of people you want to thank? But you won now. You should have like a list, like a speech ready to go or something. You know?
Oh well, I'd like to thank the Academy,
Yeah.
and I'd like to thank the lab.
Retro Gamer 77, do you have anything you'd like to say about the competition or promote your channel?
I just want to say I really enjoyed the competition. I hope we do more competitions like this with different games. I'd like to recommend Popeye, please.
He loves Popeye.
Really? How about Carnival too? While we're at it.
Carnival, I'm starting to get better at that. I'm still practicing though. But
that music ×4, can you imagine? Chris, anything you'd like to say about the competition or what's coming up? I know you've got something coming up. A few things.
Thanks for having me, dude. This is great. Awesome game, Michael.
Thank you.
This is super fun. Keep doing this stuff, Casey, because this is great. And Wednesday, my Wednesday stream, having Derek's Pixatorium join me for some Marvel Cosmic Invasion. And then Friday, the Bro Show with Dimax Retro Gamer Pierre. We're all getting together and playing Sonic Crossworlds Racing on Switch 2. Please come join if you have a Switch 2 and the game. And then, yeah, I think that's it.
All right, guys. Any final things before I boot y'all? We're good. I really appreciate you guys taking the time to come on the first time. I appreciate you guys coming on for the finale. It was a lot of fun. It was exciting. We had 3 of you lead out of the 4, which was really good. Michael Hayes went on a tear in the whole middle and got way out front, but we had 3 different leaders, which was pretty cool. All right, guys. Thank you.
Can you tell Steve we said hi? Tell Steve.
Oh, he can hear you.
Miss you, Steve. Miss you.
Well, if you stick around down below or in YouTube, you can hear him for hours because we're gonna be showing a lot of Chip Shot 2 stuff, which we're excited to finally show it and talk about it. That man has spent so much time; it's unreal how much polish and love he's put into this game, and you're gonna see it's gonna show.
Oh yeah.
Awesome. So, all right, guys, thank you so much. Until the next one.
Yep.
They're dropping like flies. All right, so without any more waiting, we are going to bring on our next special guest. Blue Sky Ranger Steve Ettinger has programmed many of the original Intellivision games that you all know and love, and he is back and he's programming, and we have an amazing game to show you today. So let's go ahead and bring Steve on, and then I'll address chat really quick, and then we'll get into everything Chip Shot 2. Welcome, Steve.
Hey, Casey.
How you doing?
Good,
Long
good.
time no chat.
Yeah, like 25 minutes.
Yeah.
Hey, Michael Hayes, nice job winning the tournament.
And he beat everyone's score minus Pod. He beat my score, the other 3. Like, that's the new top score for 10-minute mark besides Pod. So he not only won today, but he set that new bar for us mere mortals in the 30,000 range.
That's great.
So let me real quick call everyone out in chat, and then we'll get started here. I don't want to miss saying hello to anybody and welcoming them on in. Of course, you guys saw Michael. Mr. Chickens is here. Welcome. Guppy Czar's here. IR Geek. DJC. Mr. Bassman's here. Anime Bailey, good to see you. It's been a while. Retro Darth Swede, what's going on, sir? How far am I behind? I'm not too far. DJC says Chip Shot. Woo! I've been waiting for this. I know, because I get lots of messages from people.
Yeah, I bet.
I think there was a few times where we're like, oh, it's close. And then I'm like, hey, guys, it's getting close when they ask. And I'm like, There's more features going in.
Yeah, I'm sure people were thinking this was all just a bunch of hooey.
Oh no, they know Blue Sky Ranger Steve Ettinger does good work. Obsidian Contraption. Nick Gamer's here. Aaron Sasek, the Frantic programmer, saying hello, Steve. Benville saying hello, Steve. Michael Hayes, thank you, Steve. Kurt, hi, Steve. Star Paddler's here. Tim saying, hey, Steve. Cyrus is congratulating Inti Lab Michael Hayes again. Kick some butt tonight. He did. Pierre saying hello, Steve Ettinger.
Bonjour. Bonjour.
Michael Doherty, did you miss me the first time? Always, Michael. Can't go wrong with Zork Games. Maybe we'll get a Magic Carousel sequel next.
We will not.
All right, so now we are to the highlight of tonight's show. It's going to be hard to top the Astrosmash Competition Finale. That was a lot of fun. And again, thank you to everyone that spent time coming on and playing and the top four tonight. Pod, again, he was the highest score by far, but of the four tonight, Michael Hayes killed it. So we're here to talk about Chip Shot 2. So I'm going to let you go ahead and tell us a little bit. Well, first of all, you should tell us a little bit about yourself and what you've done from Intellivision, because there's a lot of people that may not be familiar with who you are.
Sure. So, yeah, I was at Mattel Electronics as an Intellivision programmer from 1982 until the very bitter end in 1984, when the entire division was shut down. They were around several rounds of layoffs prior to that, and I kept surviving till the bitter end. After that, I programmed games sort of as an independent contractor for many years. Chip Shot was among the titles that I did during that period of time. And then later on, I opened up a studio in the Seattle area and focused on consoles and handhelds. And then our studio was acquired by another group where I then focused exclusively on handhelds for many years. I ran a studio called Kryptonite Games, where we did tons of titles. And then later on, my last year in the biz, I transitioned to the publishing side. I was with Activision in the Minneapolis area for about a year. And so all in all, it was about 30 years in the video game biz.
So give us the highlights of your Intellivision games that you're responsible for.
So I did Hover Force, Chip Shot, Slam Dunk, Body Slam, Deep Pockets, Spiker. I did about a half a dozen of the Tudor Vision games. And I helped out on some of the other ship titles, including Major League World Series Baseball. Helped out a little bit with Julie on Thin Ice, a couple other titles. So lots of Intellivision titles. And of those, Chip Shot has always been my favorite.
Of the games that you programmed, Chip Shot is my favorite as well. But I don't know if you guys noticed, of all the regular Intellivision games that Steve programmed, there is not a dud in the bunch. Every game is considered to be a great game, which kind of, shows you what kind of programmer that Steve was.
Oh, thanks. I see Michael's comment there. And
yeah, you had me at Tudor Vision.
No, the one before that, he talked about a Chip Shot. I appreciate it. It was a good game for its time. However, as I'll get into, there's been some changes made. So
just a few.
Casey knows all about that.
So how did we want to divide this up? Did we want to just get into talking about the game? Did we want to show it off and then start talking about it?
I think I sent Casey a ton of notes last night. I could blab for hours. My wife Antoinette knows I'm super long-winded most of the time, and usually it's like, get to the bloody point. I'm sure people want to just start seeing what's going on in the game. I do want to have a quick little intro. I won't get into all the history of it, but I will just mention a couple things. Casey, as you know, there's so many new and improved things in Chip Shot 2. It's hard to believe that it's still a game running on the venerable Intellivision. As
Yes.
I was prepping, it's just sort of I'm marveling at how much I was able to get done on a game that I coded 40 years ago. And I've been working on this solid for the past 5 months, literally every waking hour of almost every day for the past 5 months, with a couple exceptions where I took a half a day off. I've got over 2,000 hours put into this thing. So for those of you keeping score at home, I've worked on this game for like an actual year's worth of hours in about 5 months.
Yes.
And honestly, I couldn't have done anything close to this result back in the day for 3 main reasons. The reason number 1 is I wouldn't have had the cart space. The original game was 16K. And as you know, most original Intellivision game ROMs were 4K back in the day. And while I was at Mattel, we moved up to 8K and then finally 16K before the studio closed down. And the current version of ChipShot is at about 34K right now. And I'm not
over
finished
twice
yet.
the size.
More than double the size, and I've still got a couple tricks up my sleeve I'm hoping to add before we call it done.
So just as a little side note, because I'm sure they'd love to hear it, how many times have you thought that, okay, we've got her done and we're just kind of polishing, and then one of us brings something up, and then all of a sudden here comes a whole bunch more new features, and it just we just kept repeating that.
It just keeps snowballing. Casey had a couple great ideas that I riffed off of, and then I had a couple things that I was like, oh, well, of course it has to do this. And so it's been a ton of additive programming. There was no design doc at the beginning. I had about 4 or 5 things I wanted to address in the new version, and kind of that was it. I kind of didn't really have any of the nuggets that are in the game now, with the exception of 1 on my list of things to do. And so a lot has happened. The second reason I wouldn't have been able to make this game in the past was I wouldn't have had the time. And the original game was done on a pretty tight schedule because I was programming maybe 2 or 3 games a year as an independent contractor for Real-Time Associates back in those days. But I've been retired since April of 2021. And so I pretty much have nothing but time. And so I've had nothing but time to work on this project. And again, as I said, Antoinette's been super patient and understanding. And I think she's been sort of amused at how excited I've gotten by this, but I'm also super tunnel vision when it gets to working on stuff like this. ChipShot, as I say, is sort of my all-time favorite. And it's the one that if I had had a chance to do anything, it would have been update ChipShot. And then the last reason I wouldn't have been able to make the game that we have now is I wouldn't have had the inspiration and the benefit of watching, listening, and learning from everyone who has still been playing this game 40 years later. Many people have ranked ChipShot among their favorite Intellivision games ever, and I've even heard and read that people think it's a perfect Intellivision game. Well, this new update is an homage to all those people, and it's also just a passion project for me because the game was my favorite and is my favorite. I've programmed, in 30 years, I was either involved with programming or overseeing development of over 200 SKUs that were published for all kinds of platforms and consoles. And ChipShot being my favorite, I felt in resurrecting this game, my intent was to make it the best it could possibly be. And since those 3 things I mentioned are no longer impediments, I think everyone's going to agree that the original ChipShot, while it was a pretty good game for its time, is nowhere close to perfect compared to 2.0. Just as I had a really hard time going back to the original Intellivision PGA golf game, once I sort of conceived and created ChipShot, I'm finding now that I just don't even want to touch the original ChipShot game anymore. I'm actually kind of embarrassed by it, if I'm being totally honest.
The game is still good, but whenever you compare it to what you've done now, of course, I mean, you and I both came in really loving ChipShot, loving to play it. And then the more you did to the game, we both kind of talked about it a few times that we can't even go back and play the original anymore because 2.0 is so much better.
Yeah, I have a hard time. Occasionally, I've had to go back to the old version just to double check how something worked there, just to make sure that, that I hadn't created a new bug in the new version. But ChipShot, the original ChipShot is where all the bugs are. and I've tried to clean them all up and polish this thing to the nth degree. So I'm going to skip over, Casey, that whole lengthy, how did I get involved with this, and how everybody helped push me in this direction. And I'm just going to move on down to the section where we talk about the things in the game that I really kind of wanted to address.
Okay,
and so
again, feel free. We have hours. So
well, that stuff may actually even be better written for people to read rather than me blabbing. They didn't come here to listen to me talk about so back in January when I had elective nose surgery and I was going to be recovering, I'm looking at the code. I just don't think anybody cares. So I'm going to move on to the game. If anybody does care, then I'll publish it somewhere, maybe on AtariAge or something.
Well, we can do that wherever you publish it, and then I'll share the link, the full story. That'll be fun read. We have a couple things to get into just real quick before you get into that. Sure. Michael Hayes would like to know another baby announcement Easter egg.
Yeah, I see that. Come on, Michael. I gave you a lot of props, but don't ruin it. Actually, I have Michael to thank for recommending the text editor Genie that I used for this project. You actually solicited that recommendation from Michael, and I used the editor for this entire project, and it's very similar to the editor I used to use back in the days. And so that was a pretty indispensable tip, and I appreciate it, Michael. Thank you.
So DJC Game Studio says Chip Shot is perfect. That's just because he has not seen or played Chip Shot 2.0.
That's right. He is incorrect.
And that is going to change very, very soon.
Yes. All right. So what were these things that I wanted to address if I ever got the chance? Consistent complaints and issues with the original game that have been floating around are: number 1, putting is too hard. Number 2, the wind is not easy to figure out. Number 3, the trees are too difficult to get out of. Number 4, players don't actually know which club to use for their next shot unless they happen to have a copy of the original instruction manual handy that shows the yardages for the clubs. Yeah, or you're Casey and you memorized them. And number 5, aiming the target X doesn't have enough shot angles. There are some shots, especially putts, that just aren't makeable. In addition, there were lots of suggestions floating around. People wanted to be able to play a game with no wind. People wanted to be able to play a game without a severely sloping green. And people wanted to be able to swing more slowly occasionally. And of course, people want easier putting. They want to know about the wind. They want going into the trees to not be the cause of a rage reset. People want to know what club to use. And people want the ability to aim better and make more accurate shots. So all of these things and tons more have been addressed in 2.0. And the entire game, including all of its on-screen indicators and displays, has been redesigned with clarity, consistency, and simplicity in mind. Whenever possible, the graphics have been redrawn to be minimalist in style while still conveying all the necessary information with ease of understanding. I didn't want the screens to be messy. I didn't want them to be hard to decipher. And a heavy emphasis this time around has been placed on color coding the various elements consistently across all of the game modes so that the entire game experience is cohesive and it's a thoughtful experience for everybody. Parts of the game that were previously kind of just there, specifically the driving range and the putting green, have been supercharged to allow for maximum practice benefit for every player to understand and master everything that they're going to encounter in the game. And several new game modes have been added to enhance the overall player experience and enjoyment quotient. And all of those were never on my list of things to do. They just kind of happened organically during the development as Casey and I were bouncing ideas off of each other, or he'd mentioned something just sort of under his breath. And I'd go away for a couple, 3 days and work on it.
Just what I did.
I had a lot of fun surprising him that way. I'd kind of tease him by going, I've got something new for you. And he'd be at work and he'd go, what is it? I'm like, I'm not going to tell you. You're going to have to see it in the game. So that was a lot of fun. Let's see here. The in-game scorecard screen has been supercharged as well. It has several new features that enhance the player's understanding of how the round is going. And so let's go over a few of these right off the top. I guess we can put up the title screen.
You want me to do that stuff while you talk still, or?
Yeah, I'm gonna sure. And I was gonna just join you. Put up the title screen here. Okay, here we go.
Oh, okay.
So veteran players are going to notice that there are orange trees. The new game kind of has more of a fall colors look than what was previously a pretty much green palette overall in the original game. The orange trees were actually a happy accident as I was tracking down a cool invisible tree bug on one specific hole that somebody posted about on AtariAge. I'm sorry, I can't remember who posted it. But
And we both liked them.
They included a video of how they took a shot and the ball was flying in the air and then it just stopped and you heard the sound effect of it hitting a tree. And so I figured out what was going on there. And in order to sort of test the code to determine where an invisible tree might be popping up, I made the code make a tree orange because there was no orange tree in the game. And I figured it would just stand out. And so once I discovered that there were in actuality about 2 or 3 invisible trees on that one specific hole, I thought, well, these actually look kind of good. And so I've kept them in there, and I think they're a lot of fun. Veteran players will also notice that the golfer guy is now wearing a blue outfit. It used to be red. And he also has a visor on his head. My granddaughter recently asked me why the original golfer guy had a colored spot on the back of his head. And I really didn't have a good answer for her, so I decided I'd give him a visor. I tried to give him a baseball cap, but with so few pixels to work with, it just looked horrible. And so the visor is the way we're going. My granddaughter also asked if I could make the golfer's clothes pink. And so I accommodated her wish and made it so you can choose from 8 different colors for the golfer guy's outfit. And so blue is the current color that is appearing on the title screen. I don't know if I'll change it again or not. I was going to randomize it, but it's very difficult to get into a random number right at the Intellivision boot up. I haven't been able to figure that out yet. Okay, the main menu has also had a facelift. There's a kind of new color scheme going on and some changes that veteran players are going to notice right away. The original game had 5 preset courses out of 99 total holes. 2.0 has 6 preset courses. And they've been assembled from a total of 114 holes. So to get to 114 holes, there are 2 new par 3s, 2 new par 4s, 2 new par 5s, as well as many totally revamped original holes, including several par 3s, several par 4s, and a couple of the original par 5s that have gotten extreme makeovers. For veteran players of Chip Shot, there's going to be a great blend of new holes that you've played before that now play longer and are probably a bit harder, and some other surprises. The original main menu also has a couple of choices that are probably never used by anyone. The play same course and design your own course choices. Those have been replaced in 2.0 with the aforementioned 6th course and a fantastically awesome new menu option called Build Random Course. Drawing from the total of 114 holes in the game, this brand new feature lets you generate a completely random course, 18-hole course from 6 different possible par 72 par configurations. It also lets you create an 18-hole executive course consisting of par 3s and par 4s with a par of 66. And it also allows you to create 18-hole courses consisting of just par 3 holes or just par 4 holes or just par 5 holes. And all of these can be played either as a full 18 holes or just the front 9 or just the back 9. I've heard from tons of Chip Shot veterans that they pretty much always gravitate towards the first course in the game, the original INTV tourney course, and rarely play any of the other 4 courses. With Build Random Course, I have expectations that people are going to use this new feature to generate a random course a lot of the time, since you're never going to know which hole is coming next. It's really cool. But all 6 of the predefined courses have also been meticulously curated to give a really fun, balanced, and challenging round of golf. And when any of these or any round of golf has been completed, the option to replay the same course is then offered in the post-game menu. So it's a feature that didn't really go away. It just got moved to a more logical place in the game. And the old design your own feature didn't really go away either. Before you start any round of golf with any of the 6 predefined courses, you have the option to preview course, which you can do, where you can do the exact same things that you used to be able to do in the design your own feature. You can scroll through all 18 holes, and if you want to, you can change any of the 18 holes to any of the 114 holes that are in the game before you start your round of golf. And you can still set up the game to be able to play the same hole over and over if you want to. This is helpful if a particular hole is really proving challenging to hit the fairway or to clear the water or to get around the trees. So before we talk about the driving range, I want to introduce one of the most dramatic new features of the game. In the original version of the game, you only got to see the green close-up screen when your ball was physically on the green. If your ball rolled off the green, even by a pixel, you were returned to the blimp view. In Chipshot 2.0, whenever a ball lands anywhere within the zone of the green, anytime the screen switches to the close-up. What that means is you can play shots from anywhere within the close-up screen. If you're in a greenside bunker, you can use a wedge to blast out. If you're in the rough, you can decide whether to putt or use a wedge. And if you're on the fairway next to the green, you can decide whether you want to putt or try a different club. There are even times when your ball might have rolled into the water next to the green and you have to play your next shot out of the water. Casey, now is a good time to maybe putt the ball into a bunker. This new feature of being able to play shots from the green close-up is so much fun because being able to dunk a shot out of a greenside bunker or from the rough is awesome. All right, so you're gonna try it?
Yeah.
All right, you've got wind. All right, pretty good.
So if I would have hit in that bunker when I was still in the fairway, anywhere semi close to the green, you're going to get the same view. You're not just going to have that zoomed out view like before.
Yes, so every green area is comprised of, in the code, is comprised of a 3x3.
Steve, hit your disc.
Oh, thank you.
Change to that mode where we can see you as well.
All right, fine. Who cares about me? All right,
There
how's
we
that?
go.
Each green area consists of a 3x3 grid of big blocks of chars. And so anytime the ball lands within what I designated as the 3x3 zone for that green area, then yes, you switch from the blimp view into the close-up view.
And it
All right.
really helps you get to where you need to be and not just do some guesswork.
And it's super fun to be able to play shots from anywhere within this close-up zone. All right, so about the driving range. Now that you've seen an example of a shot from the bunker, the driving range is an area that has been completely reimagined to be the ultimate practice area. Rather than just hit balls from the tee with the wind direction and speed being randomly altered by the game every second shot, as is the case in the original game, the range now lets you select everything you'll potentially experience when playing the game. You can alter the direction and speed of the wind at any time by pressing the numbers on your hand controller. Each press increases the wind speed in that same direction. You can also alter the surface that you're hitting off of by pressing 0. So you can experiment with tee shots, fairway shots, shots from the rough, and shots from fairway bunkers. So here's an example. Casey's got the bunker selected. Now he's on the tee. So he's pressing 0 to cycle through the 4 different surface types that you can use in the driving range. And now he's got a wind blowing at speed 2 to the northeast. He's now got a max speed of 0. Okay, he's flipping through faster than I can commentate.
Sorry.
Showing off that when you press the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, you can adjust the wind angle and speed so that you can practice any kind of shot off of any kind of surface with any kind of club with any kind of wind. And you can turn the wind off if you just don't want to have any wind and you just want to see what the clubs do naturally. You cycle through till you see that null symbol with a 0 next to it. That means there's no wind. Pressing number 5, as Casey's doing now, brings up these 6 target bunkers. These are just sort of inspired by Top Golf, and they're just for fun. You can just try to hit into them with any kind of club, and if you do, then they make a splash. It's fun.
Yeah, and the ultimate goal for this driving range is you're going to be able to go in here and practice for pretty much any condition that you need help with and just kind of see what happens. You can change the wind, you can change the surface. You know, there's games you can play it really is the ultimate tool now to get, bring up your golf game.
Yep. So as I mentioned, now that you can play shots from the green close-up screen, there had to be a way to practice those shots in the game as well. So from the driving range menu, there's now a brand new greenside bunker practice area. So you switch down to the greenside bunker, and then this screen will give you the ability to practice shots out of the bunker, out of the rough, or off of the fairway grass. So let's do bunker. So right now he is 46 away from the flag with a wind of 2 to the northeast. This is a pretty favorable wind for this shot. And so this gives you a chance to practice your bunker shots to see how close you can get to the flag. I think that's going to be a little strong.
Yep, that was strong.
The wind really gives you a boost. And of course, there's 4 wind speeds. Well, 0 is no wind, and there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 is like gale force wind. It's super strong. So you have to really learn how to hit your shots based on that particular type of wind. So in this practice area, you can control the wind just as you control it on the driving range. So Casey can decide if he wants no wind for a bunker shot or any kind of a wind in his face, or following wind or crosswind. He can also change the surface from bunker to rough to fairway. And the ball comes off of those 3 different surfaces completely differently in the game. And so this is where you go to practice anything that you would need to know about actual shots in the game during gameplay.
Should we go over the main features that they keep seeing that they haven't heard about yet?
Which ones are you talking about?
Well, like the stuff we're seeing. There's the stuff here, like maybe talk about the courses and what you did to them briefly, or.
Well, like I said, there's 6 predefined courses. All of them are a par 72. They're all of equal difficulty. In the original game, I tried to sort of stagger the difficulties. So the last couple courses in the original game were harder, supposedly, but they're all equally balanced now. So it's really just a question of the variety of the holes that you'll see. And each of them has, well, there's no dupes, there's no flips in any of those 6 courses. They're all standalone, unique courses. Build random course, as I mentioned earlier. I love this feature. It gives you the chance to build a regular golf course of par 72, an executive course, or all 3s, all 4s, or all 5s. So that's a ton of fun to be able to just stack the holes of a particular par type. If you just want to have a quick round of a par 3 course, you can set it up that way. I think that probably covers the course-related features. Let's go back to the driving range menu, I guess. Well, no, I guess we haven't talked about the putting green. Let's go to putting green. Sorry about that. All right. In the original game, the putting green was just this big square green area. Wasn't particularly pretty. And I was never fond of the slope indicators in the original game, the sort of diagonal chevrons for angles. So the whole graphic for the slope indicators has changed in 2.0. Right now, he's got slope pointing at northeast again, but you can change the slope by pressing those same buttons that you press for wind direction on the driving range and in the greenside bunker. You press those same numbers now to change the slope. And each time you press a particular number, it changes it from a shallow slope to a steep slope to no slope. So in Chip Shot 2.0, the game offers 3 different green slope types rather than just the original 1 type. So this allows people to have the flat greens that they wanted to have for an entire round of golf. If you don't change that in one of the pregame settings, a flat green will come up randomly occasionally, just as the random number generator spins for either steep, not so steep, and flat. Pine Sol, we will get to that question in a minute.
That's coming soon.
So right now, Casey, let's switch this to the steep slope on southeast. I'm thinking that would be a good one to demo. There you go. So the way you can tell steep versus not steep is these little semicircles have 5 dots. 5-dot slopes are the steepest slope. If Casey hits that same button again to get to the 3-dot slope, that's the less steep version of the slope going in that direction. And then the final version, when he hits it a third time, is it takes it to no slope. So you can practice on the practice putting green from anywhere the ball drops down with no slope. You can, if it comes up in the, like, go ahead and sink this putt, Case.
On which slope?
It just flat's fine.
Oh, I guess I'm going to take 2 or 3 shots at it.
So then the game will come up with a new hole and a new ball position, and it's got a slope pointing due west. If Casey doesn't want to practice on due west, he was really hoping it would be due east, he can change this to be either the shallow or the steep slope in any direction at any time during the practice screen. So this is a super helpful way to get used to these new slopes in the game. And it takes some getting used to, the difference between the 5-dot slope and the 3-dot slope. Casey, have you mastered them yet?
I did for a while, but there were a lot of changes towards the end. So once we get a finalized version, I'll be playing a lot again because we have, a certain golf league coming up.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, what you used to just have a driving range and a putting green, simple, not too much there, but it let you practice and you could get better. It was good to use it. Now you have these extensive tools that you can put yourself in any circumstances and learn, the best way to approach them whenever you're playing the real game. And the more you practice, the better you're going to keep getting, just like real golf.
Yeah.
But, I mean, guys, we're just getting to the tip of the iceberg. There's so much more here to talk about. There's other modes. There's other things. There's a lot here. We're just getting warmed up.
All right. So speaking of, let's go back to the driving range. So there's a new entry in the driving range. In addition to the range practice mode, there's now closest to the pin. And so let's do closest to the pin in the range.
I like this one.
And let's not use the new CADDIE yet. And so I guess it's just go ahead and blast past these menu choices. All right. So you'll use your memory of clubs, Casey. So on the driving range, this is the driving range version of closest to the pin. It's an 18-round competition. You can either do by yourself or against someone else. The flag is currently 132 away from the tee. He's hitting off of a tee, and he's choosing to use a sand wedge to get to that distance. Once the ball lands and stops moving, it'll tell him how close he got. And then he can, 10 yards away, he can switch to the scorecard screen, and the closest to the pin scorecard will keep track of every distance he and his opponent did for either 9 or 18 rounds of closest to the pin on the driving range.
So much like, Steve, are you frozen? No, okay.
I don't think so.
Much like it keeps track of your strokes on the regular scorecard, this keeps track of your yardage. And you have the first 9, the second 9. It is a lot of fun. It's going to be fun to do competitions. You can do there's the same thing for putting. You can do putting competitions. You can do closest to pin competitions. You can play all the different holes and all the different versions. I mean, there's so many options here to have some fun with friends. And believe me, there's some really cool features that we're going to get to, and you're going to love it.
Okay, so backing out of this scorecard, now his second shot, well, I was just going to say, let's go ahead and exit out. Why not?
I just hit the wrong button.
Okay, and then let's go to the other closest to the pin game. So we have a driving range closest to the pin game. We also have a bunker practice closest to the pin game. Since you have ability to practice all of those different types of shots, it made sense to have a fun way to kind of prove out how you're improving in the game. So go ahead and just get into that. So now it's the same practice area that you saw before, but you only have the ability to hit your shots. You can't change the wind. You can't change the surface. The game is going to change that for you. Casey's showing the only thing you can change is pressing number 5. You can change the golfer's clothes colors. All right, and so in this, ooh, that's a nice shot. So in this version of the game, you can also get to the scorecard, and it'll again show you the same stuff that it did when you were in the closest to the pin on the range version of the closest to the pin game. But now you're in the bunker. You can see in the header at the top, it says you're the closest pin bunker mode. All right. Now he's in the rough, sand wedge, got a little crosswind going on.
Too far.
I think that might splash.
Splash.
All right.
I don't have the sounds on either.
Want to hit another one before we leave the screen?
Sure. I don't want to end it in water. So
all right, no wind. All right, pretty good. Okay, why don't we go back to the main menu, and then why don't we get into a round of golf on pick a course. All right, we'll choose the Santa Paula Golf Course. We're going to play 18 holes. He's going to put one player, and then we're going to stop here. Course code. This answers the question that was posed a few minutes ago. Can you bring that question back up, Casey?
Was it Pine Sol?
Yes, thank you. So yes, the answer to the question is yes. The course code is a 4-digit number, which basically gives you 10,000 possible random number generator courses or games, I guess I'll say. And so if you and a buddy in another state or country, another part of the world, want to get online together and display your screens to each other, if you each key in the same course, and I'll go ahead and do it on mine here.
What was the early name of this feature, Steve?
The randomizer.
No, earlier.
I don't remember.
The course code, the Casey and Friends?
Oh, Casey and Friends, right. There you go. All right, so now we each have 3, 3, 4, 9 entered. And so we're going to continue, but we're not going to go quick. We're going to hold on for a second. I'm going to talk about a couple of the other things as long as we're here. So ChipShot 2.0 has also introduced a professional or rookie difficulty setting. Professional is how most veteran players are going to play, but my granddaughter was having a really hard time playing with her older brother when I was visiting them, and he plays with a regular professional swing because he understands how to use the swing mechanic, but she had a really hard time. The swing was just happening too fast. So choosing rookie slows down the swing speed so that a beginner or a younger player can play on an even playing field with the person they're playing against. All right.
Now, do you want me to do rookie, and we can then we can show it when we get to the scorecard?
Sure, if you'd like to, that's fine. Okay. Next is caddy, and I guess it's time to reveal the second biggest feature of the game now, other than course code and being able to hit shots from within the zone of the green. So this caddy feature addresses the question everybody always has about which club should I use next. In the original game, the instruction manual gave you the yardages for all of the clubs that were in your bag, and they gave you those yardages based on hitting a shot from the fairway. So the original game never gave you information about how a shot might go off the tee, where the code gives a tee boost. And it never told you how the shot might perform off of a bunker or off of out of the rough. And so the caddy is a brand new feature. You've probably noticed Casey sort of bipping and bopping in and out of it really quickly so far. Basically, the caddy allows you at any time, anywhere, with any shot, with any wind, with any surface, to go into the caddy, and the caddy will suggest the club that you need to use. So here is the caddy mode on Casey's screen. He's on the tee, and so he's going to choose a driver, and you can see it's color-coded white. Anytime you're on the tee, the caddy is going to display the club that you need to use in the color white, and you can also see up above next to his score the letter T. That's just so that when you're in the blimp view mode, you know what surface you're hitting off of at all times. So Casey's going to choose the driver, and he's going to go ahead and hit the driver. And then depending upon where his shot goes, we'll then demonstrate caddy mode for a different lie with a different club. All right, so he's managed to land in the fairway. You can see an F next to his score now. That means he's in the fairway. Any caddy club selection is going to appear in green, which is the same color as the fairway. And since he's 222 yards out, it's going to suggest a 3-wood. You can notice that the wind is blinking speed 2 to the northeast. The caddy knows about which way the wind is blowing. The caddy knows what surface you're hitting off of. And so the caddy will give you the club that is the most appropriate for you to use based on everything relating to this next shot. So go ahead and take your swing. And
you know why I'm screwing up my swing? Because I forgot I'm in rookie mode and it's really slow.
You're in rookie mode. That's right. All right. So now Casey's in the bunker, and you can see that in the green close-up screen, we don't need that little letter next to your score. We can spell out the word bunker because we've got more screen space, and everything is color-coded. So when you're in the bunker, anything telling you about that is going to be tan, the same color as the bunker. When he goes into caddy mode, the caddy is also going to be displaying any of the clubs or yardages in tan. Now, before you hit the shot or leave caddy, go ahead and scroll up and down through the caddy. We haven't shown that yet. Every club is in the caddy that you can use to scroll through to see what the distances are that club will do with a shot off of this surface. The caddy, when you're scrolling through the clubs, does not take into consideration the wind. It's only telling you the club's potential maximum ranges. When you go into the caddy fresh from the fairway or from the green close-up screen, that first club that comes up is the caddy's choice for what you should use based on the wind as well.
Now we have another new feature in rookie mode that is being shown here. We should probably talk about that.
That's right. So in addition to the rookie being able to have a slower swing, if a rookie is playing a solo game or playing against another rookie, the hole on the green, instead of being the original 2 pixel by 2 pixel sized hole, the hole is a 3 pixel by 3 pixel size hole. So it makes putting even easier for a rookie to be able to sink putts. Although, given the changes that have been made to the putting, it may not even be necessary for rookies to have that extra benefit. If a rookie plays against a pro, the green on the green, the hole that displays is still the 2 pixel by 2 pixel hole, but we cheat and give the bottom and the right edge of the hole the extra cushion that the rookie would have had if they had a 3 by 3 pixel hole themselves. And so my grandson, when he was playing against his sister, she would make putts where the ball would go into the hole even though it hadn't reached it because it was in that little area to the bottom or to the right of the hole, and he'd call it rookie putt. And so he knew that she was getting the advantage of the extra large hole. All right. Couple more things I want to talk about while we're on this screen. We've kind of blown through it. Well, I guess we're in the, you want to go to scorecard? That's fine.
There's a lot of new stuff here. Hey, can you, I can't see you and it's just a black screen. You want to go to the full cam?
Well, your screen's overlaying me. I can see part of me.
Click your different view, your other view.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying is, let's see here.
That way they can see you talk. There you go.
Is that better? All right, cool. Okay, so I guess we can dwell on the scorecard screen for a minute. So at the very top, you can see the course name is always shown for any course that you play, either the 6 preset courses, any of the random courses, or any of the closest to the pin games. This is handy because if you're ever playing in a competition and you need to prove to somebody what your score was on that hole, or on that course rather, there's no mystery about it now. The original game did not have that. Above the little inset of a green with a flag fluttering on it is your course code number for a regular round of golf. So 3349 is the course code for the Santa Paula course that he's playing now. So anybody in the world that played Santa Paula with a 3349 is going to get the exact same course.
Same wind and slopes and everything.
It includes any environmental differences. So all the trees are the same. All of the wind choices for every hole is the same. All of the green slopes for every hole is the same. All of the hole positions for the hole on every hole is the same. The only random numbers that go in the game that are not kept track of for course code consistency are random numbers that happen when you're golfing. Like if you do a bad swing and it needs to determine the penalty you get for hitting a bad drive or into the water or whatever. Okay, on the next line down is the beginning of the score line, and you can see player 1 is in red. That's because the last golfer color that Casey chose for his guy was red. Next to that is an R for rookie. If he had chosen professional mode, it would be a P instead of an R. Next to that is a little club, golf club. That is the symbol for caddy mode. And a gray club like that means that caddy mode is on. You can also disable caddy mode. If you're a purist and you don't want the caddy ever telling you what to do, and you want to evaluate the club selection yourself by going into caddy mode and scrolling through the clubs to determine the best club to use, then you can do that, and you can turn that off before you start the game, and then that little icon on the screen will be red. It'll be turned off.
Now, a big part of all of these different things being shown on the scorecard are for high score competitions. So whenever you say, play this course, do this, do that, enter in the course code number, everything that's on or off is going to be displayed in this scorecard. So everyone knows that everyone's on the same page and did all the right settings. And so go ahead. There's still a few more things, so go ahead and finish.
Yeah, and actually probably playing a couple more holes wouldn't hurt, but I'll just finish the thought on all the icons on the screen, and then you can get a couple that are like, right now you've got a bogey. So the way that keeps track of scoring is just like on a professional tournament on a scoreboard that you would see at a golf course where there is a tournament happening. If you score below par, your number on the scorecard is going to be red. If you hit even par, it's going to be green. And if you go over par, it's going to be blue. And so Casey is currently, as you can see over to the right, he's +1 for the round. This is a new feature that Casey suggested that I think is fantastic, which is this keeps track of your progress to par throughout every round of golf for both players. And so at any moment in time, you'll know whether you're tracking to par, or whether you're above par or below par. And it's super handy. Okay, beneath the little green with the flag on it, you see the wind indicator. The little 3-dot triangle is showing that the wind on the hole that we just came from is blowing to the southeast at a speed of 1. And then next to that is the course, the hole slope indicator. And he has a 5-dot slope, the steep slope, heading exactly west. Okay, I think that's everything on the scorecard. Let's go ahead and play a couple more holes. Your rookie. Don't forget.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's so hard.
It's much slower and harder to handle for people that are used to it.
I can't even hardly play.
Don't want to go in the trees. You want to start over?
Yeah, I wanted to show the difference. So, but
All right,
rookie's hard unless you are a rookie.
Yeah. All right, this is the same course code, so it's going to be the same
exact everything,
exact hole layout. But before you go past the next screen, go ahead and choose caddy on. This next screen I want to show. So here is where, if you don't want to play a game with wind, you can turn it off. And that means the entire game will be wind-free. It'll be a perfectly balmy day, no wind anywhere.
And it will be displayed that you chose a round with no wind by an indicator on the scorecard.
That's right. So the scorecard will display that for purposes of high score challenges or whatnot. Likewise, if you want to play a game where there's no sloping greens, you can choose this, and then this will make sure that during the game, every single green is flat. And flat greens are definitely easier to put on than greens with slopes.
Much.
All right. Now he's
So
got
I hit enter, and I'm bringing up the caddy mode, and it will suggest, you know, what it thinks I should do. And now Steve has this thing so good. Early on, I used to find once in a while, I'm like, I don't think so. And then I would do it. But now Steve has this thing polished.
And I will say that the caddy thinks you are a terrific golfer. And the caddy will always give you the most optimistic club to choose. And if you're at all nervous that your next shot might not be up to snuff, you can always club up a club and make sure that you're going to clear the water or get around the trees or whatever you would need to do with a better nice putt with a slightly longer club. Okay, go ahead and hit your tee shot, but then I want to also mention something before you hit your second shot. Don't choose 3-wood. Are you choosing the 3-wood on purpose?
What do you want me to shoot?
Oh, it's up to you. Oh, you normally use a 3-wood on this hole? With this wind, you can do a full driver straight ahead. I think your aim is
off.
What happened?
Well, now I got used. It's fast again.
All right. All right, hitting his second shot. Okay, let's go ahead and hit another. Just instead of hitting to the green, why don't you hit it down into the fairway area before the green? Because right now you're kind of up close to the edge of the screen, and I want to show some. So just pull like a 7-iron. And just hit it. Yeah, there you go.
Think we're going to go in the water?
Going to clear? Is it going to clear? Is it going to clear? Yeah, okay. All right. In the old game, I mentioned that people had a hard time aiming. And the original game had a 32 angle target X, which left a lot of gaps. And so I've doubled that number in 2.0. So now there are 64 possible shot angles. And so
which is amazing.
Sort of slowly spinning it around to show all of the different angles that you can use to aim your shot. And the other thing that you may or may not have noticed so far with Casey's demo holes so far is the original game, you spent an awful lot of time spinning the target cursor because it wasn't always necessarily pointing directly at the hole for your next shot. This is double the time it would take to spin all the way around since it's double the number of angles. So Chip Shot 2.0 includes what I call auto aim, where every shot before you take it, it's going to move your cursor to aim towards the hole. It won't be exactly on the hole. You're still going to have to fine tune your aim, but a couple 3 taps on the disc beats the heck out of holding the disc down and spinning it around for like 180 degrees to get it to go to the other side if you overshot the hole.
Yeah, you're not going to come in and it's pointing over this way when you need to go the other way and have to sit there and go, brrr. It's going to be close, and then you fine tune the shot.
Yep. So here he's on a 5. Well, we already saw this green, but this is, I mean, this slope, 5-dot steep slope heading west. I think that looks good.
Oh,
not enough.
I was going to move one more left, and I didn't.
I think you would have been better off. Sorry. All right. So we've got basically a birdie and a bogey so far. No, not a bogey, a double. So he's +1 for the round right now. You can see on the scorecard he has no wind on this hole, and he's got a slope this time 5 dots going east. All right, par 3, no wind, piece of cake. This is a new hole people haven't seen before.
And I missed the green.
Did miss the green. You all missed the zone too. So what Casey just did there is the new move that you're going to do instead of spinning your cursor all the time is you're going to go enter, enter. And enter is going to bring up the caddy, and he's going to automatically give you the club that you should use for your next shot. And you're going to hit enter again to exit the caddy and go play the shot. Another bogue. Here's another brand new hole. This is a par 5 coming up. This hole, I call this hole 4 corners. He's got a wind of 3 coming kind of at him diagonally in his face.
I normally would have wanted to been up a little higher.
Yep. So this one, with this wind, you can definitely use a 3-wood to get down to the next corner, but avoid the trees. I'd aim over a couple. If those trees swallow you up, you're doomed.
Woo!
Just missed. 1 pixel.
Yeah, 1 was all I had left.
That's it. All right, now he's 173 away. It says he should use 6 iron. He's got a 3 diagonal going across him, so he's going to have to take that into consideration on the shot. The more loft a club has and the longer the ball is going to be in the air, the more the wind will affect that shot.
Did you talk about the ball loft?
No, but I'm sure everybody's noticed that every shot now, when the ball reaches a certain altitude, the ball gets bigger. This is a new graphic effect that I've added, and as a result of that looking super cool, I decided that I would adjust the loft of every club so that they'd be in the air as long as possible. So the yardages didn't really change, but it just looks cooler. And somebody did comment, I saw it pass by in the comments a minute ago. My favorite new feature that has nothing to do with gameplay is what I call the T-ball, which is the ball in the inset window where the golfer guy is. And so just watching that ball fly when you put draw or fade on the ball or hit the ball straight is just, I just love it. I think it's just super fun.
This looks amazing. Just like the original PGA golf.
You know, I thought I liked Michael.
I don't know if he was referring to a certain thing or if he's jabbing. Yeah, it's let me go ahead and finish this, or try to.
All right, let's see how your score's coming along.
Not too good. I don't
Not your
play this
best
bad
round.
when we play.
+3. That's very atypical for Casey. All right. You just reminded me of something on that last hole. Okay, here's one of the holes that used to exist in a sort of different form, but this has been pretty drastically modified as well. Just boldly missing those trees. All right, Caddy says 2 iron. He's got a helping wind. He's on the fairway, and so if he strikes the ball well, it's going to do good. Well, that's about as good as it can go. And see the flashing exclamation point next to the target. That's another feature that we need to talk about. Thank you for accomplishing that. When you use the swing gauge in chip shot, the goal is to get that moving pixel beneath the gauge to line up with the last leftmost hash mark below the golfer. But when the leftmost hash mark hits, when the pixel hits that left hash mark, there's like 4 different swing strengths that are happening behind the scenes that the Intellivision just doesn't have the resolution to show you. And so I figured we needed a way to show when you've achieved the actual maximum, perfect, most powerful shot you can. And so with such limited graphics and with nothing left on the blimp view screen in terms of char space, the exclamation point will always tell you that you've done it, that you've managed to hit the most powerful, perfect shot. That one I definitely could have helped you line up better.
Yep, and I did it again. The side ones are the hardest to do.
Yeah, that's that. There you go. You'll get used to it. I have made some changes. Okay.
That's a blue. It's a
now here. Let's linger here for a sec on the scorecard. You'll notice on the blimp view screen that there was an X above the wind. That means that the green has no slope. And so on the scorecard screen, this shows you that you've got the strongest possible wind blowing due north. But once you get to the green, there's going to be no slope on the green. Another perfect shot. You can see the blinking exclamation point. That's how you get confirmation that you've done the best possible swing that there is. Now, he's only 149 away, which would usually be a 7-iron, but because he's got wind coming across him on a bit of a diagonal, the strongest, it's telling him he's going to need to use a 5-iron, and still he's going to have to hit it well, or it may not get all the way there.
That's iffy. I would even like to raise it.
You can go ahead and club up to a 4. I think that makes sense. And that's a perfect way to put a little draw on.
Oh, right in the corner.
All right, and now he's on a no slope green.
All right. One pixel off.
Sorry, I wasn't watching.
Whoa!
Sometimes when I'm putting on a flat green, I forget it's flat and I play for a break. Not smart. All right. Caddy says 8-iron. I think you're gonna be in the bunker.
Nope.
Oh, you did it. All right, here comes a much needed bird.
Now we can finally see what a birdie looks like. Oh, I guess I did have one the first hole.
Yes. So this does highlight how color coding the scores is really handy, because at a glance, when you come into the scorecard screen, you can easily see where you've done good and where you've maybe not done so good on a round. And so Casey currently has no pars.
Birdies or bogeys and double bogeys.
All he has is reds and blues. Let's get some greens.
And I'm already plus 5.
The next hole is a par 5. This hole has been majorly redrawn and redesigned.
I didn't get a perfect shot on that one.
So you're gonna have to do a major right turn on this next shot, aren't you?
I'm gonna try.
Oh, hold on before you swing. I want to point out to everybody that when you hit caddy mode, right now it's saying that he needs a 2-iron because he's 190 to 200 away. That's as the crow flies. So that's the distance from his ball straight to the hole. The caddy does not take into consideration dog legs on par 4s or par 5s. So those are the only situations where you're not going to have a perfectly accurate caddy telling you what to do. In this case, I think I'd probably still use the 2-iron because it's very easy to go into the water down there by the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. But being able to pull this 2-iron all the way around will set you up for a nice approach. And actually, you'll notice, even if you got your shot to between the yellow and the black trees, like right there, if that's where it had landed, you'd still have a straight angle shot to this green. Now he's got a straight angle, and it's a 4-iron for this distance of 181. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a green.
Hey, we got a
We did
par.
it. That's what we wanted.
That's actually good. So now you can see it's green. The green 5 is par.
There you go.
We'll finish
All
this
right,
last one off so we can
Here's
get
another
to
brand new par 4 hole. Good shot. Got a bunker.
It was.
Rough.
2 wind.
Good shot.
Better than the first one.
That looks good.
Got it.
Good job. All right, on the next hole, I'm just going to point out real quick. Okay, go ahead and check your score. So he's at a 40 for the front 9. He's +4 for the round, as you can see. When Casey first suggested this feature to me for the tracking your progress to par, he said, I can do the math in my head, but I just don't want to.
It's nice to see it.
It's totally
And
nice.
it doesn't just show us the front 9. It has the same plus or minus at the bottom. And then to the right, it tells you where you're at overall for all 18 holes.
That's right. So let's continue on. And now before you hit your tee shot on the next next shot, I just want to point out, I'm sure everybody has already noticed, actually this comment's covering up part of the screen. So where the wind speed is blinking, because the wind is critical in this game, and because in the original game, all you had was that little flag animation. What just happened? Oh,
I don't know.
I don't know. The flag animation is moving pretty quickly, but nobody really understood exactly what that meant in terms of which speed is that or which angle is that. So after I created the wind indicator, I decided it was also important to make the wind indicator pretty focal. And so that's why it blinks. And you'll notice it's blinking at the same pace that the flag is fluttering. And so they are completely synchronized so that when you have a 4 gale force wind, you're gonna see it blinking most urgently. Beneath that on the screen is the green slope of the green you're heading towards. And then beneath that is the hole number for the library of holes that the game is in. And so that will always, like if you have a favorite hole as you're playing shots, you can remember that hole number. And if you want to edit a course before you start playing it and feature that hole, you can do that. So having that hole number on the screen is, I think, really important to have. And yes, the question is, of course, the guy still feints. He feints for any shot that you make 33 or more yards away from the hole. I also decided that since feinting is so fun, he also feints anytime you get an eagle or a double eagle. And earlier on, when I had the clubs too powerful during development, and Casey and I were getting eagles left and right, because we were like getting to the green in way less than regulation. Eagles were just too common, but you're like putting a putt for eagle. And so now you can still occasionally putt for eagle if you happen to hit 2 great shots. But if you hole one out from off the green and it's better than a birdie, he's going to feint. Of course, if you hole one out from off the screen, you were more than 33 yards away anyway. But even if you're on the green and you putt one in for eagle, he's going to feint.
Cyrus, we will get to that in just a little bit, but we have talked about it. The ROM release is going to be free for everyone to enjoy. Release date, it's going to coincide with as of now, I think it's the Golf League tournament. But yeah, the ROM is going to be free.
The digital version of it, yes. People have asked for a cartridge version. We don't know whether that's going to happen yet.
Or how.
Yeah. Yes. Okay, so go ahead and finish this hole up. Now, when you're really close to the edge of the green in the bunker or in the rough, you can putt, and you just have to give it a little bit more of a firm stroke. My grandson was more fond of putting out of situations like this than chipping, but you can do whichever way you want. You've got a tough wind behind you. Yeah, it's really hard.
A little far.
Yep. And you've got a 5-dot slope. That looks good. In. Okay, so before you hit your next tee shot, I just want to finish the thought on what I call the info stack on the hole. So that's basically always there. The wind is always the closest one in from the border of the screen, followed by the green slope that you're going to get to when you get to the green, and then finally the library number for the hole that you're at.
All right, so
and this is another brand new par 5 that was inspired by one of the par 5s in the original game that I just really didn't like, but it has some cool design elements to it, so I decided to keep as many of them as I could. You might catch that bunker. Yep.
Yeah, that was not what I should have done. Boy, doing that little bit of rookie at the beginning really screwed me up.
That's funny.
Whoa. So if you hold your controller like this and you hit the other button at the same time, it doesn't register.
Not so good. So that's 2 dunks on 1 hole.
I know. Lucky for me, I don't play like this when we play for competition.
Yeah. I think everybody knows you're a much better golfer than you're showing in this demo. Okay. You're on. And you're going to be in. Nope, 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 nope. Oh, you made it. I usually go, oh, I'm sorry. That's totally my bad. I thought it was a 3-dot hole because your hole was covering up the dots. I didn't notice that it was a 5-dot hole. My bad.
It was a big one.
It was a 5-dotter. Okay. Now, I want to talk about trees. We haven't talked about the trees yet.
First, we have 2 comments. Cyrus says, wow, free ROM, Steve, you are the man. Please give us a way to support your hard work. Bears fan says, I was going to say the same thing. Is there any way we can donate? Because that's just very generous of you, Steve. And then Horse Stream Live, Casey. Is Casey a good golfer? Casey is just making sure his guy doesn't faint.
That's right. He's very considerate of the guy's health and well-being.
I don't want to get hurt.
We know he's over 40.
And Kurt's saying the same thing that I want. You know, it's like, I want a CIB. I've never been more involved with the game than this one, and it's one of my favorite games to begin with. So we're hoping that at some point for collectors it happens.
Okay, trees, before you hit. In the old game, well, in both games, each of the 4 different tree types, the bushy tree, the double tree, the pine tree, and the what I call the boink tree, all had variables in the code for their lowest branches and their tallest most branch. And so when you hit into the trees in the original game, the low branches are really low and the high branches are high, and it's really hard to get out from under the trees once you're in the trees. I've done my fair share of rage resets on trees.
Not you, Steve.
Yes, even me. So in the new version of Chip Shot, here's the changes for the trees. All of the trees are taller, with the exception of the double tree. The little guy, like, see the one closest to the tee that's yellow, just to the left of the ball. That's what we call a double tree. Those you can still hit over. All the other 3 types you cannot really, in good conscience, hit over. You're going to just, your ball's going to either get hit with them and fall straight down, or it's going to boink off the tree and land somewhere else. However, once you're in the trees, the lowest branches for all of the trees have all been raised up to an equal level amongst themselves. They used to be variable, but since nobody can tell the difference between what tree looks like the other one, I just decided it's best for them to all be the same. So,
and how do you hit trees, under when you're next to a tree?
Once you're in the trees, the way to get out of the trees is to take the lowest loft club you can find, which is the 1-iron, and you don't want to hit it full strength, because if you do, it's going to get up in the air a little bit, and it's going to clip the bottom branch as you try to get out from under the trees. If you get into some trees where there's 2 or 3 trees before, you know, on your way to the hole, on your path to the hole, you want to try to find a different aiming path to get out from under the trees back to the fairway or back to the rough. You really don't want to try to go for it, because it's just going to hit another branch and you're going to stay stuck in the trees. All right, off you go.
Do you want me to try to hit the tree to show that, or?
Well, just go ahead and hit. Just go ahead and play. I don't think it matters. So those are the double trees you just went past. Those you can hit over on a tee shot, because the tee shots have super high loft. I guess I didn't mention that yet. I play a lot of, well, not a lot. Occasionally I play golf with my 2 twin sons who are scratch golfers. And when I play against them, it's very demoralizing and very intimidating, because they hit these booming high drives every time, but they're super cool to watch. And so when I was looking at the original Chip Shot and all the shots are kind of line drives in the original game. I just said, I just need to make sure that in 2.0, the drives have nice high trajectories, so they're just super fun to hit. And so the driver loft was doubled from the original game to make the ball really go high in the air, which takes advantage of that graphic effect, which I think is really fun. I guess this hole is another one to do a quick mention of the edits I've made to the holes. If people remember this hole, this green was originally completely surrounded by sand, and that inlet of water between the green and the tee didn't exist. So the first thing I did was I made it so that if you hit a short shot, you're going to go in water rather than just land in sand. So you've got to hit a better tee shot. The other thing I did is both Casey and my wife noticed on a few of the holes that were just sort of, I guess I'll call them fantasy or imaginary holes, where you wouldn't see holes like them in real life, where there's just islands and there's no way to get to the hole if you were physically playing that golf course. I decided that every hole needed to have what I call a cart path. And so every single hole in this game, all 114 of them, if you had a little miniature golf cart graphic in place of, say, that target X that you're using to aim your shot, you'd be able to drive that golf cart on a path to get to the green from on any hole anywhere. And so this one, you can see there's a cart path coming in behind the green to get to this hole. I just think it adds a little something to the game that wasn't there before. I didn't mind the sort of fantasy aspect of, hit to an island, then hit to another island. How did you get there? It didn't matter. It was just fun.
Swam.
But yeah, you swam. Sharks. But now you don't have to worry about that. You can get to everything, everywhere, every hole. It's fun. Get there. Yes.
Got it. That was cool.
All right, 5 dots. I'm never going to question your judgment again. One of the other things that people may have people may have noticed on the greens is the original game, those little green slope indicators were everywhere. Every other char, the greens were just peppered with those.
Too much.
I thinned those. What's that?
It was too much before.
Way too much. It was way too busy. Those weren't pretty graphics, and so it looked ugly on top of being way too much. And so in this version of the game, there is much more sparse green slope indicators and new graphics. So I think overall it just looks way better. That little orange tree next to your tee should not be there. I need to change that. That's going to catch a tee shot from somebody one of these days. What hole number is this?
What's going on, Rev? Intellivision Revolution in the house.
What number hole is this? 85. Okay, let me make a note of that. I'm going away.
Dale says, here's an idea. Does Steve have a favorite charity? Maybe we can all donate a little bit to show appreciation for his work. He's done on this game. It's a lot. He's done so much. It's unreal. You guys have no idea how many hours that he's done. Late nights, just burning it at both ends. All the phone calls, videos, testing. This is going to be free ROM. And other than that, there's nothing known yet. There will be all the files made. But as far as physical, there's nothing set yet.
This is another new part 4. I call this one the Swamp.
I don't know that I've played this one yet. Where did
boink.
I forgot to look for the wind.
Yeah, it's 4 pushing you north.
Yeah, I'm like, why did I move so far? And then I looked over. I'm like, oh, it's a 4 north.
Casey, I'm going to go grab something I need. I'll be back in a minute.
Okay. Michael Doherty saying hi to Rev. So what are you guys thinking so far? And we still have a lot more to talk about, a lot more to show, a lot more behind the scenes. It's amazing how fun this game is. I've been playing it for so long, and somehow I think I've got it down, and Steve just keeps making it better. Or him and I will be like, hey, let's talk about this. Or he does something, and then I would think of something, and then here's some new features. And it is really good, guys. When you get into this, play this, and just the fact that it was early on called Casey and Friends mode, and that's the course code. So if we have a high score competition, I can give you the details and the course code. Everybody can play, and then take a screenshot, and we can see that you had all the right modes in and the right number. Everything's exact, even though we're playing on different systems, emulation, different consoles, doesn't matter. You have the exact same game. It's an exact competition. And, for the YouTube Golf League, it's going to be amazing because we're all going to get the same exact course. Let me say hi while I can. Got a little break here. Yeah, Steve's amazing. He still has it. I'll tell you that. He still has it. Well, see, Steve just loves the game, and this is his favorite game he's ever done. So the fact that people still play Chip Shot, he loves it. So he wanted to make a really good version, and he wanted the ROM to be free because he wants everyone that wants to play it to be able to play it. The Intellivision maker. It's really good. I mean, we're kind of going the long route and showing all the different things, but there are so many things in here, so many different modes, so many choices for competitions that are going to be just fun. For the ROM, yes. I mean, obviously, if it goes into anything else, there's other things, but the ROM is going to be free for everyone. Yeah, I do too, Kurt. Believe me, you know me. The ROM will be free. The ROM will be free. Aaron says, I love it. I've never played the original, but I can't wait for this one. This is as good as it gets for golf games.
Don't play the original.
Yeah. Well, so Steve and I, like we talked about earlier, if you guys just came in, Steve and I both love Chip Shot, as a lot of you guys do. He got so far into this game, we kept playing it, and like we'd go back to reference something. You're like, I'd be like, Steve, I don't even want to play the original anymore, and I can't believe I'm saying that because I love Chip Shot. That's pretty elaborate for a golf game that has been around for 40 years. Yes. We need a Super Pro Wrestling 2.0, says Bears fan Goomba. Let's finish golf. I like that we should have a course named Casey and Friends. That was just early on. It's called, that's the course code. But that is an amazing feature. When he said he could do that, I'm like, oh, are you kidding me? That is amazing.
Well, I'm sure it's very obvious to people that feature should exist, or, should have existed or whatever. But I was driving down to visit my son and grandkids, and I just was thinking about features for the game, and I thought, well, Casey and his buddies play all the time, but I noticed that when they've been playing that, of course, every time they play the same course, the conditions are different for everybody, and that just isn't sort of the level playing field. So I got to thinking that anything that's generated randomly, I could lock down and know exactly how the random numbers are going to fall with a code. So I asked him once I got there, I was like, hey, would this feature be of any use or any interest to you? And he was like, hell yeah. So
so when you play the YouTube Golf League, we will all be playing the exact same thing, and our scores will reflect that. And whenever you do high score challenges, whether it be from AtariAge or my Facebook page or, the YouTube channel, I can say, play this and use course code this, and we're all going to play the exact same game. So it's all fair and equal. And then you just show that screenshot or video. And as long as all the stuff is right, it'll all be indicated on the scorecard. You had a perfectly matched game. And
now I will say
next to each other.
There's a caveat to all of that. And the caveat is, if anybody of your group in the intro menus before you go into the game decides to turn the wind off or decides to turn the slope off, then the games won't be the same. So you all have to have the same course code, and you all have to have the same options going into the game.
But those are signified in the scorecard, so you'll know if they turned off the wind.
Yes, and in fact, it probably is a good, since occasionally Intellivision buttons can cause the line number to jump. It's probably a good idea. It's just good practice before you even hit your first shot in the game for everybody to hit 0, check their scorecard, and make sure their settings are all exactly the same.
And you can see it by the green or the red or the gray and the red and the white and the red. I thought I could hook it a little more, but it didn't quite work out. Oh boy, this one.
You got wind behind you, yeah.
I didn't want to go too far. I
Good
think
shot.
I guessed
Perfect.
fairly well.
That's great.
Oh, 1 pixel. Come on.
Casey, you're supposed to be demonstrating that putting is way improved.
Supposed to be what?
Demonstrating how the putting is improved.
It is. It's improved. You have to get used to it. And I was used to it for quite a while, Steve.
That's true. All right. So are you, I was thinking there's something else we could demonstrate, but I'm trying to remember what, oh, I know. We'll need to go back to the driving range for it, but go ahead and finish this roundup.
What's up, Last Line? We are showing off Chip Shot 2 with original Blue Sky Ranger Steve Ettinger. I can't.
That looks good. Max
I
shot,
did get the
max
exclamation
power.
point. Oh, come on. There we go.
You got through.
I was tensed up. I'll tell you that. Oh, I went over. I shot over.
Okay, this is another good thing to talk about. In the original game, when you overswung, it was super
Like 5
brutal.
feet.
The penalty was super harsh and super brutal, and people hate it. So I've made it now so that there's a decent balance between you screwed up, but let's not cause you to have to reset and start your round over. So the ball will travel, but it won't go really as far as you had hoped it would.
And check my.
And as Casey's about to show, you can still putt from the fairway if you feel like it. This was a cheat that people love doing. There's an example.
And the
you
feint.
Got the guy to feint.
We got to see the feint.
Casey, I know Casey hasn't seen this one.
No.
This one's been modified quite a bit.
Steve, how many games overall have you, talking about everything, not just in television, been a part of?
Yeah, well, yeah, I think Moby Games has me listed at like 150 something games, but I think I ended up over 200 different SKUs of games. Lots of times we would make games for multiple platforms at the same time, some of which were ports and some of which were unique original titles for those platforms. So lots and lots in 30 years.
Oh, I screwed up the shot there. Let's get over, though. It still ended up okay.
You're okay. You remember this having the goalposts?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of that one.
No, I decided I'd pay homage to the goalposts. They don't really get in the way on this anymore, but it was so boring with nothing there. I decided to add a few more trees. Many greens have been changed to be less generous in terms of approaching them, less big. This is one of the greens that got winnowed down a little bit. In. All right, 2 more.
Hey, I've I've corrected that first 9 negative
Yep.
-1.
This is another brand new par 3. This was designed off the 7th hole at Pebble Beach. A really short par 3, but still can be tricky, especially if you've got the winds 3 or 4 randomly come up.
Oh, it went farther than I thought. Still on the green.
You're actually on the rough, but you can putt.
Whoa, I forgot to switch it.
Yeah, this is something I need to talk to you about. Because you just think you're going to have
the putter
in your hand when you're
just
off the
not
green.
used to it.
Yeah. I've done exactly what you just did a couple times recently since I've made that change in the code. So
I hit it and I'm all, whoa. Oh, yeah. As soon as I said, oh, yeah.
Yeah, as soon as he started swinging, you go, it's not a putt. And then your heart sinks. Okay, 1 more hole, then I want to go to the driving range.
All right.
I just want to put a...
Woo, so this is the big dog.
This is the new par 5 called the Bear Claw. I usually use about a 2 iron off the tee. That's good.
Right there on the fairway. Look
Perfect. At that. Perfect. Then back to a 3-wood. Into the wind. All right.
How far do I have left?
170 into the wind. Here's another case where a hole originally had an island green, but I gave it a cart path. Turn.
Oh, I didn't want to go past, but I did.
All right, wind 2.
I thought I was going to go farther than that.
Yeah, in the bunker you can give it a good whack. It's the fairway.
Oh, 1 pixel.
It's the fairway or the rough that is harder to judge the firmness. All right. Not bad considering you're talking and swinging.
What'd you say?
I said not bad considering you're talking and swinging.
Yeah, it's not. Everyone knows that's not easy. Going back and forth with you, talking about the different stuff, pausing.
All the comments coming up. All right, let's go to the driving range.
Okay.
I just want to put a fine point on my favorite non-game specific feature. Just regular range practice. Driving range. All right. So keeping an eye on the ball in the golfer's window, the guy, little golfer guy, you go ahead and hit a big hook and then a big slice.
A big hook?
Yeah. So watching the ball in the little window, it mimics the flight of the ball on the fairway. I just
It's
love
not
this.
polish.
I just love this little feature. Okay, and go ahead and do a slice the other direction.
Look at that. Go out to the right, following what I did. Uh-oh.
Yeah, I just, even though, as I keep saying, this has zero to do with gameplay, I just love watching that little ball go in the window. In the original game, it was a ball sitting on a tee, and as soon as the club came through and hit the ball would just disappear. So basically,
and here's another one. When you shoot the low clubs like the 1-iron, it barely has any loft. You can see it.
Yes, it stays in the window. So it totally mimics the trajectory and the directionality of your shot. In the original game, that ball was just sitting on the tee. On the Intellivision, you have 8 sprites, and that was one of the 8 that was just sitting there all the time. It did nothing. It was either on until the ball got struck, and then it just got turned off. That's what the original game did. So I decided that needed to change, and that it would be really fun to try to see if the ball could move in that little window, and it turned out kind of better than I hoped it would. It looks really cool.
Oh, I screwed it up. I was going to try to land in one of the water. So these are targets, and you can turn on one, like we showed earlier, one or have all of them. And not long ago, I was able to hit most of them.
Yeah, so you could make a little mini game of your own where you go, okay, I'm just going to try to hit for the cycle, and I'm going to pick the right club to hit into the top 3 and then the bottom 3. See if I can get all 6 in a row to get them to splash.
Almost in the center.
There you go.
So it's fun. I like it. And here, of course, we can, if you weren't here earlier, whenever we're practicing, we can change the wind. We can change what we're hitting off of. You got the tee, the fairway, the rough, the bunker. I mean, you can go into these driving and putting ranges and practice for literally any situation and get good at all of them, which you will need to be a good chip shot player.
The little flag that's on the fairway there changes for sort of it's not the optimal distance of each club out of each surface, but it's sort of like if you can hit a shot and clear past that flag a little bit, then that shows that you did a good shot out of that surface with those wind conditions with that club.
So Intellivision's digital fanzine is here. Hey, all jumped on, quick to watch. Looks awesome, Steve. Can't wait to play it. Intellivision's digital fanzine does all kinds of cool stuff on Facebook and social media. This far exceeded my expectations. Yeah, all of us. And that's why he spent so many hours. It's like a complete labor of love. And just going back and forth, and he'll think of something or I thought of something, and he does all the work, of course, But and then here comes some new features, and it just kept getting better and better and better. And that's why, we've been talking about it for so long. That's why we're just now getting to this point, because you're going to see when you start playing this yourself how much love Steve put in this game, and it is that good whenever you get in and play it. The par 3 course is the best part for me. So is there anything else you want to show in this part, or we should show that?
I was just going to mention that in the closest to the pin games, you'll notice that instead of having a score on the screen like it does in the rest of the game, go ahead, just going in. Doesn't matter how many rounds, win, whatever. There's a little blinking miniature flag above the golfer. That tells you that you're in the driving range area and in the closest to the pin mode, so that when you start off, you're trying to hit your shot to the flag out in the fairway, well, into the range. And you can see underneath the golfer that yardage is 132 yards in red. That red matches the flag that you're trying to shoot for. The red flag that's blinking above you happens to be your golfer's color. So if you change your golfer's color, then that's going to change that little flag guy. This will then show how close he got to the flag. 17. Go ahead and hit 5 to change your color. So that little flag changes. So that lets you know whose turn it is if you're doing a 2-player game in one of the closest to the pin competitions. The flag will match your golfer's color. The scorecard will match your golfer's color. And the number beneath the golfer is always red, and it always matches the target flag in the closest to the pin game that you're going for.
I went to the wrong side, but should have been almost right on the flag, but I went to the left, not the right. All right.
Yeah.
So let's show, since Crash 7 was talking about it, I just want to show them real quick. Whenever you go into course mode, you pick all par 3s. You can pick 18 9 holes, 1 or 2 golfers. You got the course code. You have all the different options. And then you have 18 holes of whatever you chose. In this case, it was all par 3s. So, like for Crash 7, he said the par 3s was the best for him. Here you go. You've got a whole 18-hole course to play with just.
And the way this is set up in the cartridge, there are 9 unique par 3 holes, and they all get flipped vertically and horizontally to get to the 27 total par 3 holes. In that front 9 or back 9, you'll never have the same hole or its flip, and so that's another little thing. I was also going to mention before you jumped out of closest to the pin mode, the original game kept track of your yardage to the hole, but when you got close to the hole, it did not have good granularity to get down to within less than 3 yards, basically. So I had to rewrite all of the code that did distance checks to make sure that it could get right down to 1 yard away or even 0 when you're right on top of the base of the flag. So
yeah, you can hit 0, which basically is hitting in the hole, but
you're on the base of the flag. So that's another nice thing about the closest to the pin games is even though they required some new stuff, the new stuff ended up supporting these new game modes, and it's really fun.
Is the golfer a mix of sprites and back tab tiles?
All sprites. One sprite for his clothes, one sprite for his skin, and one sprite for the club.
Okay, so what do you think about showing off another cool feature that we haven't talked about yet?
Go for it.
So this is the pro shop at the bottom. And Steve, I'll let you explain this because.
So in the original game, there was a one-screen pro shop that basically told you the rules for how to swing the club. It was a screen full of text. It was really hard to read through, and I doubt anybody ever went there. Casey suggested that people would want to have information about how certain things work in the game, and so I conceived of doing a basically a help screen for every game mode where it tells you, like in this example, the blimp view and the close-up screen. If you notice that the top line is highlighted and says select club, and the top and bottom of the disc are blinking, then if you go to the next line down to aim the shot, it's left or right on the disc, spins the target cursor. Then the next line is how you swing, and of course you use the side action buttons for that. To bring up the caddy, you press the enter button. To bring up the scorecard, you press the 0 button. To change your golfer's color, you press 5 in every single game mode except for the driving range where we ran out of buttons. And then to exit the game, you press the clear button, which brings you up to the exit yes/no screen. If you press enter on these help screens in the Pro Shop, it takes you to the next screen of information. In this case, the driving range for range practice. These are the buttons that are available. Excuse me. You'll notice that the water bunkers are, let's go back to the wind. So this shows you the buttons that are used for changing the wind and the direction that each of them is associated with. So if you want to have the wind blowing east, you press the number 6. Successively, it'll go through speeds 1, 2, 3, 4, and then wrap back to 0, and just keep 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. All of these different directions allow you to change the wind and the driving range for range practice to any direction you want and any speed you want. Okay, and then pressing 0 on the range changes the surface from tee to fairway to bunker to rough. And then that number 5 is how you cause the water bunkers to appear, and then they just toggle through. The next screen covers the bunker practice screen. The only difference here is the number 5 is not used for those water bunkers. The number 5 here is used to change your golfer's color, which
so
is where it happens.
Basically an amazing manual that you can kind of go through, and you have your controller on the left side, and any mode you want to see, you can see how to do pretty much anything in the game. And whenever we talked about it, and then when I saw what Steve created, I was blown away. I'm like, oh, this is awesome. I really, really like this.
On the putting green, it's similar, but to change the slope of the green now, there's that bug. I thought I fixed that bug. Oh! All right, so there's supposed to be the reciprocal slope indicator as the number 8 in that number 2 slot. I guess I've got to make a note to fix that bug once and for all for good. But this shows you how you can change the slope of the green to either the steep slope, the shallow slope, or no slope by pressing those 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Then you've got your golfer color, of course, in 5.
Yep. Putting green. Okay, so then the enter that we were just, I guess we were there for practice mode. For putting green putting competition, you don't get to change the slope of the green. The competition serves that up for you. And so on that screen, you only get to choose your aim for your shot, to swing for your putt, to access the scorecard, or to change your golfer's color. On the previous screen, if you clear KC one time, you'll notice that for the regular putting green, there is no choice to get to the scorecard because we're not keeping score. You're just practicing putting. But then if you hit enter and go to the next screen, then you can see for the putting competition, now the scorecard does become a choice because that game mode supports the scorecard. Closest to the pin, both range and bunker. Same way of selecting clubs, aiming shots, swinging the club, getting into the caddy. Yes, you can use the caddy to help you choose clubs in the closest to the pin games, and it's advisable. And then accessing the scorecard or changing your guy's color. In caddy mode, the only thing you can do is review your clubs by going up and down with the disc.
And it'll cycle through the clubs and tell you the yardage range for each one.
And again, it'll be based on the surface that you're currently hitting off of. And then this is how to swing. So all game modes, you press and hold the side button for your backswing. Then you let it go at the moment where you have the desired power that you want. And then you press it one more time to control whether you're hitting it straight, whether you're drawing the ball, or whether you're fading the ball.
And that is the glorified manual that is amazing. So do you have something else that you want to talk about, or should we talk about like it might be a little unclear, like all the different modes you can play competitively? You've got how you've got the 6 courses, and the different modes that you can do
Sure.
competitions.
Yeah, sure. So all 6 courses, 1 player or 2 player, they all drive you through the course code so that you can match up with somebody who isn't like in the same room as you. For putting
There's that
competition,
course
same.
code. So we can kind of talk about this. Whenever you get a course code, you can change it, because obviously when it's a random code and someone else starts up the game, they're going to
It's
get a
gonna be
random
different.
code. So you
Yep.
can just say, hey, put in 6649, and everyone does that and they get the same course. You can move it
Yep.
by selecting up and down on the disc and left and right.
Yep.
And then you have all your different options that you can cycle through. But wrong one. So you have the 6 courses, and then you have the build family course, and that's where you can do the regular golf course, executive course, all 3s, 4s, 5s. Then you have the driving range. It's not just for practice. There's actually a competition in here.
Closest to the pin. Mm-hmm.
Closest to the pin, and that is the one where... And you have greenside bunker also in this one. So you could do from the driving range, or you can do the greenside bunker. And this is the one that keeps track of, just like playing a round of golf, how many... I didn't push any buttons. I just wanted to shoot it and show it in the... That's a horrible one, but it will keep your yardage. And instead of strokes, it keeps your yardage total, and you have competitions this way, whether it be over the internet or someone side by side. That's another way you can play this competitively. Let me show.
And I'll mention while you're getting there that on the driving range, the maximum distance that the game keeps track of from the pin is 99 yards. I had to keep it within a single char and 2 digits. I just ran out of graphics RAM on the scorecard screen. This screen is completely packed.
So this is the bunker competition. This one is, there's a practice version of this, and then there's this one where, a group of people could go play, and it's a score-based game. So it's another competition right here.
Your label on that scorecard screen is I can't see the wind on off symbol because Intellivision Gamer is overlaying.
Oh, you want me to move that so they can see it?
Sure.
How many? He did say that. How many course codes are there?
10,000.
10,000.
4 digits. 9999. 0 through 9999.
Okay, you guys all know who we are, so let's go ahead and take this off, and then I'll go back in there. Closest to pin. Greenside bunker.
There it is. So that little W in the bottom left corner means that wind is turned on for this closest to the pin bunker game. I'm completely out of graphics RAM. I had to use a Grom char. I hated it, but so it's either green for on or red for off. It's inconsistent with the other wind indicator, which is cyan, but you can't make Grom letters pastel colors. So anyway, so at least it will tell you whether they turned it on or off.
Basically, this game has so many choices, options, and just features. It is pretty much maxed out everywhere that it can be.
I wanted one more char to make a nice looking wind indicator like on the other scorecard. There isn't one left.
Okay, so you have competitions there in 2 different versions and a practice mode. In putting green, you have the regular practice mode. Then you also have putting competitions. And you can go, you have professional, rookie, 18 holes, 9 holes, slopes, normal or off. And this is a competition that keeps track of your scores, just like a regular golf game, with all the features showing if you have them off or on or whatever they're set to.
And the putting competition game, all the pars are set to 2. There's kind of no good number, but 2 seemed the best.
And there's so many ways to play, new holes, polished holes, so many features and changes and some of them are like, you don't even realize, you just know it's a lot better, but you don't really know what just happened unless you know about the features. but there's so much polish in this game, so many cool, fun ways to play, and the polish is just like, man, it's like, I can't believe this is on Intellivision. And it's
speaking of, so on the original game, one of the things that just embarrasses the hell out of me is that there are so many glitches between screens. There's so many gram loads that are not fully loaded before the screen repaints and they flash. So all of the ugliness of transitions and loads have been cleaned up. I don't think there's any more left, but I'll fix them if I find any more. So it's kind of to summarize this thing, I'm pretty sure people are going to consistently get lower scores on ChipShot 2.0 than they ever did in the original game.
Once you practice and learn how everything works.
And they're going to do it they're going to get lower scores for several reasons. Yes, the putting is less difficult, and with 64 target angles, it's possible to line up putts more accurately, and the speed the ball is traveling has been friendlied up so that it's a lot more easy to make putts as long as you don't hit them too hard. And yes, the trees aren't death traps anymore like they were in the original, and it's possible to punch out from beneath them a bit easier. But still, you need to avoid going into the trees. And yes, the swing punishments have been eased up in terms of tee shot punishments, bunker punishments, and rough punishments. But I think the main reason people are going to do better in this new version of the game is the dramatic increase in information that's provided. You get way more information about the wind. You get way more information about club distances based on the surface you're hitting off of, and of course, courtesy of the caddy. You're going to get information about how the clubs perform in all wind and surface conditions based on practicing on the driving range and the greenside bunker screen. And you're going to get more information about how the ball rolls on the green, depending upon the steepness of the slope, based on practicing on the putting green.
Okay, so there's something that we haven't talked about. Not really make your own hole, but how many different, can you tell us again how many different holes there are in the game?
Sure, there's 114 holes. Why don't I take the wheel here for a second, and I'll change my window if I can get there.
I wanted him to tell him that you can take any of those holes and make your own course to play in any order you want.
Yeah, let's do that real quick. Is that my screen or your screen?
That's your screen.
All right, cool. All right. So before you start a round of golf, I'm just going to pick the first course. Before you start a round of golf, instead of saying start, you can do preview course. Now, this allows you to just sort of cycle through and see what the holes are going to be for this course. But one of the things you can do is you can scan through all 114 holes. So this is cartridge hole number 1. You'll see in the bottom right corner, the info stack tells you it's hole number 1. Here's hole number 2, etc. So if you decide, oh, I really love hole number 47, you can scroll over to hole number 47, which happens to be one of my favorites. It's the one of the newest par 4s. And you go, I love this hole, and I want to play this hole. I'm going to save it in hole slot number 1. I want to play this hole 3 times in a row to start my game. So once it's been saved in hole slots 1, 2, and 3, I'm going to exit out and I'm going to start my game just as I would in a normal game. And now that hole is now set up for me, and I get to play it 3 times in a row. Ooh, boy, that was a glitchy hand controller.
Ooh, you're playing like I did earlier.
And so each time I play this hole now, yikes.
Are you watching the StreamYard screen?
I am.
There's a delay there, remember?
Okay. Thanks for the reminder. I'll watch it on my TV.
At first I was making fun of you, but then I'm like, okay, I know what he's doing.
That's great. So that's 3 horrible shots in a row. You'd never guess the guy who wrote the game. What's my win? 2 in my face. I'm on the fairway, so I can't hit it too hard because fairway isn't going to let it go flying. All right. So here I am on the green for the first of what I'm going to do is 3 successive plays. Oh, geez, horrible putt. 3 successive plays of the same hole. next time I come into this hole on hole number 2, I've got a different wind. I've got a different hole position. And this feature has always been there. I did it again. I was looking at the feed. This feature was always there under Design Your Own. So that hasn't really gone away. You are able to preview and change any of the holes you want before you start a round of golf. Like I said earlier, if there's a hole that's giving you fits where you just can't figure out the right club to use for the tee shot, or something about the hole is just bugging you, you can load it up for 3 successive or 10 successive or 18 successive plays if you want to. You guys probably all know that all of the holes have mirrors and flips. And so I can give you the quick skinny on how you get to the different versions of all of those holes. I'll go ahead and just not finish this hole. We'll go back into preview mode. Okay, there are 9 unique par 3 holes. So if we scan through the first 9 holes in the game, they're all par 3s. Now, when you get to hole number 10, it's hole number 1 flipped upside down. And then if you add another 9, it's that same hole flipped upside down and flipped X in X, we call it, flipped left, right. So to get to all of the par 3 holes, since there are 9 unique holes, that means 9 times 3, there are 27 unique par 3s. The original 9, the upside down 9s, and the upside down and flipped 9s. Then if you get to hole number 28, that's the beginning of the par 4s. There just happen to be 20 par 4s now, so it's super easy to figure out which versions of each of these holes there are. It's either 28 in this case, or it's 48, that same hole flipped over, or it's 68. So that's how you can find the par 4s. The par 4s end at 87, so hole number 88 is the beginning of the par 5s. This one's been majorly updated. And there are 9 par 5s. Nice. So 9 and 8, so 97 would be the flipped version of that hole, and then another 8. 105. Oops, I did the math wrong. Sorry, 106. So that's how you can access all the flips of all of the different versions of the holes. And it's always been cool to me that a flipped hole is essentially all of the same hole data, but it just plays differently a lot of the time. And of course, one of the flips gives you a different directionality. So 2 of the flips, you'll tee off, like, let's say right to left, but then the third version, you'll be teeing off the opposite. And so there's always variety, even though there's a fixed number of holes. In this case, there used to be 33, but now it's 114 divided by 3. So I should know that by heart by now. How many is that?
I didn't do the math.
That's so funny. I'll just do it. I should know this. I'm embarrassed. 14 divided by 3. So there are 38 unique holes in the game now. There used to be 33 in the original.
And how many holes have been either created or edited or fine-tuned?
Well, all of them have been edited to some degree.
Yep.
Many of the par 4s have been made longer. There was one hole, number 10, on the original INTV tourney that was a drivable par 4. It's not drivable anymore. And so I've made edits to all of the holes, but there are at least 2 unique new par 3s, 2 or 3 new par 4s, and then 2 new par 5s. But many of the original holes have been given facelifts so that you might recognize part of them, or you might go, this seems familiar, but it's a different hole than it was in the original. All right, I'm going to come back to webcam.
So basically what he was saying is the holes have been thoroughly polished, edited, changed to where he's just happy with them. And it 100% with all the new features, all the changes, the courses and how they're all laid out, it feels like 100% new game to me.
I was just editing another couple 3 holes today. I noticed a couple trees that I just didn't think the placement of them were good. That one par 5 that we just looked at, number 88, my grandson discovered, and he really loved like finding ways to cheat and hitting through or around the trees. And so I had to put up a bunch of trees to sort of barricade off areas so he wouldn't be able to cheat so easily. And I found another hole today where I know he was going to cheat if he saw it. And so I'm still making edits and changes to the holes, but it's getting pretty close to done.
Yeah, there's a tiny bit of little polishes and like that one bug on the change the direction, and that's just for the manual mode. I mean, the game itself works fine, but yeah, it's super close, and it's like it shouldn't be too long. So, is there anything that we have missed talking about, or anything you want to go over from your notes?
I just don't. I'm afraid to look. I think we've kind of covered everything that I can think of.
So anyone in here, did you have questions about the game?
Yeah, maybe it's good for questions. Yeah.
Yeah, pop any questions you have, or if you wanted a clarification on a mode, or information about other things. Again, this is going to be a free ROM, complete in box. There's no information on that yet. We are going to roll into a Chip Shot 2 Golf League very shortly, where you're going to see live Steve, myself, and some others playing the new version of the game in a competition like we have in the past for Chip Shot, the original game. And I'm looking forward to, I guess now I could actually, with your permission, I could probably play live stream and just play.
Yep.
The cat is out of the bag, and I'm excited because it's so close. And I'm excited for the Golf League because it's been a while. Golf League is my favorite league.
Yeah, I guess I could take a quick spin through the comments to see if there's any questions that stand out.
I should have been starring some of them, but we are going back and forth through so many things. Paisley Boxer says the Graham loading logic is really hard. Steve accomplished a ton with that.
Well, I will give major tip of the cap to Mike for that, Mr. Paisley. His tool, the layout tool that he has as part of his suite of Intellivision tools development tools that he's come up with, his layout tool has been indispensable. All the updates that I've made to the holes before his tool came online and got to the place where it is now, I was literally making edits on paper on backtab grids, where I would write down, okay, this char goes into backtab plus 87. This one goes into backtab plus 88. And it was just tedious and painful because I didn't have any kind of a hole tool or post-processing tool like I did 40 years ago. So thank you, Mike, for everything that you did on that tool. It helped me whip all these holes into shape and helped me create several new ones that I wouldn't have been able to do without the tool.
Do you guys have any other questions on the game itself to Steve, or upcoming anything? It's like we can answer anything now.
Yeah, I'm just looking through the stuff here.
I'm trying to think if we missed any features. So basically, with that create a course, like if you play, let me get out of this part. If you're in one of the courses, like the first one that he's on, Santa Paula, and you love the course, but there's one hole you don't like, you can go in and edit and put a different hole you do like in that spot and then play that way. Or you can go through all the courses and you can take all your favorites and put them in one and then play it that way. There's so many options, so many courses, different holes. It's pretty much endless fun. All the different ways you can play competitively, whether it's 1 or 2 players local, or using the course code and doing competitions on Facebook, YouTube, whether they be live or just here's the course code and send me a screenshot of your score. So everyone can play the exact same game and have it be fair. We're gonna do so many competitions, and it's not always gonna just be playing a course. We're gonna be doing the putting ones, closest to pin, the bunker stuff. There's a lot of ways you can compete and have fun with this one.
Yeah. I'm just kind of finishing up my scroll through the comments. I'm not seeing any questions that look like we didn't address them really.
So Dale's asking about overlays. So right now it's the game, but all the sprint files will be digitally made. There's nothing like, like overlays, the real overlays, but they'll be the graphics. Like whenever the ROM goes out, I'll make all the sprint files. You'll have everything you're used to having to play on your sprint or your emulator. But right now he's doing what's this Wii stuff. Steve's finalizing the game, and then we'll roll into the golf league, and then we'll start working on all those sprint files, and then definitely watch here. We'll keep you updated on when this bad boy gets released, and we'll go from there.
I'm leaving on a trip in 2 days. I'll be gone for 2 weeks, so I'll be getting back to a place where I could start working on any remaining items that I'm going to add to this thing on about July 14th. Yeah, I still have a couple things I'm hoping to add to the game that we've purposefully not talked about tonight, but hopefully they'll make it into the game. And I don't know what JLP features are, Mike.
I'm pretty sure it's standard Paisley boxers. I don't call him Mike, so.
Okay.
And then Chris is saying, of course I do with all the YouTubers, I think we all need a little bit to process all the information. Wow, unbelievable. He says he has a very selfish reason to ask. But I believe there's no JLP features. I believe it's all just standard.
I don't know what JLP means.
It's modern games. There's certain features and things that's like, I'm not, a technical guy, but your game is standard, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, guys, so he's going to be gone 2 weeks, but I'll definitely have to go live and stream this and start talking a little bit more and showing it off and getting more people getting eyes on it. Now,
I don't know how many people are still left on the show or if everybody's bailed, but
we still have 20-something people.
If anybody has any ideas for things that we missed, I'd be interested to hear them. I'm hard pressed. I'm hard pressed to think of anything else that could be added. And in many cases, even if you come up with ideas, there just may not physically be ways to do it. Okay, Joe Z created new features like more memory sprites and page ROM for info, page ROM into for developers to use. Yeah, I mean, I'm using almost all of the current banks. I'm not doing any paging per se, but I'm not using anything that would like double the gram or anything like that. But yeah, it's all from the original. My original code was written in 1610 assembly. All this new code has been processed using AS1600, courtesy of Joe Z. It took me about a month to get the original code rewritten to compile under AS1600 and to run. So the 5 months that I've been working on this game, really it's been 1 month of resurrection and then 4 months of new features and bug fixes and adding things to the package. So I don't know. You can call it either 5 months total or 1 + 4, 1 for resurrection and 4 for like putting in all the cool new stuff.
We need to show that box that you see under Steve. That is a Slappy made box, but I want to show it. I want to show it full size here. Where am I here?
Yeah, that's funny.
Because it's such a beautifully done box.
He does great stuff. Love his work.
Homebrew. Give me 1 second here, guys, and I will bring it up here.
So I'm checking the comments. I'm not seeing any suggestions for new features that aren't already in there.
So there is the box that Slappy did. Beautiful thing. You see the hat with Ettinger on it.
That's
you
so
got
funny.
The controller playing golf.
Yeah. None of this, yeah, so Bears fan Goomba, none of this was Inti Basic. I don't know anything about Basic. I'm an assembly language programmer from the old Intellivision days. So
The
all of
hard
this
way
stuff,
is what most people say. It's the hard way.
yeah, and the challenge I had is that the AS1600 assembler that Joe Z wrote does not handle macros the way the old CP1610 assembler language that I used, or sorry, compiler and linker that I used worked. So that was one of the biggest challenges that I had, was getting the macros to work for basically for gram loading for each screen. Those were the key things. But then there are also other macros having to do with sounds and music, and other macros having to do with hole definitions for all the golf holes.
Tim Babcock was suggesting weather reports. And Mr. Baseman said, can you add an intermission with Rodney Dangerfield from Caddyshack?
Yeah, now we're really going to get into some copyright infringement.
And see you next year playing the game. Paisley Boxer says, Steve, would converting the game share code to hex allow for storing all those variables you mentioned?
Converting the
no
game
idea,
code to hex.
Stuff, so.
Not sure what that means, Mike.
Yeah, I hear the old assembly code is insane. Yeah, there's not too many people that can do it. I think David Crane can still do it. I think he's still doing it.
Yeah, Casey sent me both of Oscar's books in 2025. I think he was sort of like dangling the cheese in the mousetrap to try to get me to get back into coding. And I did read through both of Oscar's books, and they're kind of fun. But the main thing that Oscar's books led me to is that if I was ever going to program Intellivision again, it wasn't going to be in Inti Basic. It was going to be an assembly language. I
imagine it would be hard to move from something you did all those years and then do it a different way. You're going to want to naturally go to the way that you're comfortable with.
Yeah, and what's amazing to me, and I've told Casey this and my wife and anybody who'll listen, is all the other games I've coded, whether they're Intellivision or Game Boy or Game Gear or anything, this is the game that was closest to me, nearest and dearest to my heart, and I remembered everything about it. When I got the code back in my hands and I was looking through the source files, it was like I was remembering stuff about how the game was structured, variable names, routine names, how I did the tricks to make 33 holes become 99 holes. Everything about this game, with very few exceptions, was still like in my head. And I was just shocked that it was all like right there and coming back to me. I'm positive it wouldn't be the case with any of the other games I did. Slam Dunk, Super Pro Basketball, not a chance I can remember that code base. Wrestling, probably not. Spiker, probably not. There was just always something about Chip Shot. So this whole project has been super surreal for me. It's like, is this real life? Am I really like resurrecting code I wrote 40 years ago and compile and linking and going and making a game like brand new that's like tons better than the original? Or am I just going to wake up from a dream and it's like the surprise ending to Dallas or something where it was all a dream? I don't know. It seems
Picture
real.
cam mode. You're almost all black screen.
Oh, yeah, you're right. There you go.
And just in case you guys don't know, Steve could like be a YouTuber now because we've got him all set up with OBS and StreamYard, and he can play the game and be on camera.
Woohoo! Yeah, I don't think that's going to be a thing.
Well, for the golf league, that's how you play, and then everyone can still see everyone. So yeah, basically what Steve said, and not so many words, was he has a love for this game. And whenever you play this game, you're going to feel that love that he has for Chip Shot. And if you played the original and then you go to play this one, you're going to be like, wow.
Very funny, Mike.
Spoilers. Spoilers from someone been in coma for decades.
Yeah.
So any other things that we need to cover or talk about, or any other questions from chat?
I hope it was worth the wait, everybody. It'll be a little bit longer, but I'm trying to make this as great as it can be.
Yeah, I mean, he really is. For someone that's been here the whole process, pretty much from start to finish. It's an amazing game, and I know that you guys, if you like golf at all, or especially if you like the original Chip Shot, you're gonna love this game. It really is amazing, and what we're looking at is, whenever it's final, and Steve says, all right, it's done, we are going to roll into the Chip Shot Golf League. We're going to have a handful of selected individuals. We're going to have fun playing about it, talking about it, and then we're going to roll out the ROM package. All the details will come soon, guys. Just watch here on the channel, watch my Facebook, watch AtariAge. We will have it everywhere, believe me.
Yeah, I was concerned that people would think Casey was hyping it too much. DK Astro Smasher.
Yeah, no way. It's like it's just taking longer because I mean, look at the hours. The amount of hours Steve's put in this game, no one would almost ever do. And
it's a year's worth of hours.
Yeah, and in less than half a year.
In way less than half a year. Yeah.
So yeah, it's a labor of love. I'll tell you that.
I think 2 days ago was the 5-month mark of from when I actually sat down with code on the computer and started to dig in on it.
Yeah, and even all that work that you do and all the programming and everything, and then there's all the phone calls and the video chats that we've done and all the play testing and where we're testing new features and playing it. We hook it up here, but we're not live. So we're chatting back and forth and talking about features, playing the game. It's been a blast to be a part of this, even though, I've got a little part, still doing like 99% of the work, but I've had a blast being just
Casey, you've been you've been great to work with. You've been super supportive. You're a great cheerleader. I'm sure that's how you are at work as well. It just comes naturally to you. He's had great ideas, great feedback. He has a great style for like, I'll do a feature and he'll go, so that's how you're doing it? I'm like, shit, he doesn't like how I did it. And so so I have to figure out, like, read between the lines and figure out, oh, okay, if I do this, it'll be better. And he's right. And I'll go ahead and do that. And so so it's been a great working relationship, great design, sort of bouncing back and forth, and great sort of feedback loop. And so I'm very appreciative. Casey was instrumental in getting me back to doing this. I've had a ton of fun doing it. I've been obsessed with it. Just ask my wife. And so it's coming to an end, and I don't know what I'm going to do with my time now that it's over. There's really no other game that has piqued my interest. Nothing else that I could really think of that I want to do other than to make Chip Shot as great as it can be and leave that as the legacy. And so hopefully everybody likes it.
Yeah, like I said, anyone who likes the original or likes golf games, you're gonna like this, and we can't wait to get it in everyone's hands and let you guys have at it. Super Pro Wrestling. Yeah, I'm with Steve on this one. My favorite game he's done is by far Chip Shot as well, and I didn't even have it as a kid, unfortunately, but I've played the heck out of it for a long time now, and I think I won all the golf league stuff. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I did. I love competing with Chip Shot. And now that we're going to have that course code, everyone will literally have the exact same course, which will be fun.
And whether we called it Casey and Friends or not, I mean, you actually did come up with the term course code also. I did originally in the code, it was called the randomizer. And then when I had the build random course feature, and I was like, okay, randomizer and random mean two totally different things in this game. And it's getting confusing for me coding it. I ended up having to change two routines around and rename them so they were the correct names. And then that created about 5 knock-on bugs that had to do with the naming convention I'd used before. But yeah, it's a course code ended up being a really apt way to name that feature.
Dale said, I was surprised. I thought Casey was just hyping us up. I can't believe all the changes and all the great things you did to this update of this game.
Yeah.
And then he says, I think I said this earlier, but I wish my dad were here to see this. We played the original Chip Shot together. I wish you were here to see the updated version again. Steve, thanks for doing this. DJC had a similar story. His dad loved Chip Shot, and they played it a lot.
Yeah, I have a couple other people that I've had get in touch with me that are telling me the same story, and I'm glad that you had that time. And I guess each time you hit a shot, just think of your dad and how much you would have loved all the new features and all the polish.
Keith said, this is in my top 3 of all of systems: Tiger Woods 2005 PlayStation 2, Sega Genesis, PGA Golf 2, and this one.
Yeah, if you had Chip Shot on your original top 3 list, I apologize for how sloppy it was compared to this. I didn't have a lot of
Don't
time
be
back
hard on
then.
Chip Shot. Chip Shot's still a great game, and as long as you don't compare it to this one.
It's kind of like I don't know. I was trying to think of a good analogy, but it's like the first time Frankenstein, was created and it was like broken or something. It was a good idea, but it didn't get done right. And so I can't play the old version anymore without cringing at all of the bugs and glitches on the screen transitions, and I've been very
You notice all that stuff. A lot of
very
us saw a great golf game.
Yeah, I've been very focused on cleaning this thing up so that it's the smoothest, cleanest screen transitions, cleanest window transitions. The golfer was glitching all the time on his animations. I think I'm still seeing one more problem with the Target X occasionally flashing on impact, especially on putting greens. And I'm really obsessed with trying to figure out how to fix that and get that out of there. So I want this thing to be as clean as possible and as fun as possible. I think people are going to get way better scores than they did in the original, because the original was just really brutal if you didn't hit perfect things. This game's a lot more user-friendly for more people, I think. And I think the new normal is going to be lower scores, but I think that people are going to have fun doing that, and that's what games are for, is to have fun.
Yes, it's not going to be frustrating at all. If you're new or you're not very good, you can play rookie mode. If you're intermediate, you can turn on and off certain things and play the regular way. And if you're a pro, you don't even need caddy mode. You just play 100% on your own. And I think it would be fun eventually to do a golf league where you take the top few guys and just you have to do it all yourself. That I would be down for that.
That's fun. And I guess I think I mentioned this earlier, but I'll just mention it again just to be clear. When you are starting up a game and you turn caddy mode off, so that's an option. The caddy won't suggest clubs to you, but you can still get into his screen and you can still scroll through all of the clubs and their distances for that surface that you're about to hit off of. So it doesn't lock you out completely. It still gives you access to what I guess you consider to be the online manual of club distances. It's like a yardage chart, and so you can then the first time you go into it with caddy mode turned off, and you're like 87 yards away, but your approach shot was hit with a 3-wood, and you go enter, thinking the caddy's going to give you your pitching wedge, and you still have the 3-wood, and you hit a shot and it goes screaming out of bounds. That'll clue you into the fact that the caddy doesn't tell you anything. Whatever club you entered caddy mode with, you'll leave with, unless you change it in caddy mode when you've got caddy mode turned off. I keep calling it caddy mode. We've stopped calling it caddy mode. We call it the caddy.
Yeah.
So hopefully that's
a lot
clear.
Of things that went through different iterations, name changes. It's just continuous polish on this game. It's like, and again, guys, like someone who's been on the inside of this whole process, Steve has put his heart and soul in this, and it just has gotten extremely better. The more time he spends, the better it gets. It's like, that's why it's like when he's like, "Oh, I'm going to work on this. I'm going to do this, add this feature." I'm like, I don't say anything other than cool. I can't wait to see it, because it just keeps getting better. It's like, I don't know how it keeps getting better, because there's only so much you can do. But every time he puts something new in or changes something, it's like, it's even better than it was.
I'm really disappointed when I came up with the idea that we want to maybe turn wind off in closest to the pin, just to be thorough with being able to turn things on and off. I'm still really disappointed I didn't have one more gram chart to be able to do that wind indicator to match all the other wind indicators in the game. But keeping track of 2 guys, 18-hole score distances, I guess, not scores, but yardages from the pin, I'm just out of ramp. There's just nothing left. There's no more gram. I tried squeezing blood out of this stone, and there just is no more.
It's fine, and I love having the feature
on that scorecard screen. So yeah, that's what I basically decided. It was better to have a green or a red W that doesn't match anything else in terms of user interface in the game than to not have the feature. So I think it's better to have the ability to turn wind on and off before you start a closest to the pin competition.
Yeah, I agree. So, are you limited on time, or?
Me, no. But I don't know how many people are hanging in there if people have questions or anything.
Oh, we're still good. It's like, did you want to play a little bit, or did you want to just leave this one for informational and play another week?
You want to do a course code matching game?
Sure. I mean, if you have time, I'll do it. If not, we can do it another week.
I can do it. I guess I have to put it back on screen.
We're not doing instructions and doing all this stuff. We're just gonna play through a game and show how it works. And let me.
All right. So, want to do a random?
Sure. Whatever you want to show off, we'll play that one.
I don't think you and I have tried doing a random. Let's do a random regular. I hope it works.
We decided to show one off. It's like, oops.
Yeah. If I rage quit out.
I pretty much played through everything, but so we're doing random.
So DK Astrosmasher is a fan of course code. So let's do regular golf, 18 holes, one golfer each, and then we'll do the same course code. I'll do yours. 1, 0. What do you got? 3,
So
7.
I didn't even think about this, but like in the golf league, we're gonna have a set thing what we're doing. So even if you guys aren't on the YouTube golf league, if once the game's released and we're playing in a golf league, you can enter in the same course code and play along with us and post your scores in chat.
And they can post, or they can do it offline and post them in chat.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they're not even on the. They can just put in that code that we're playing and play right along with us the same game we're playing.
Yep.
What's up, Hollywood?
Okay. So let's get going and see if we get the same first hole. I hope it works.
Professional, caddy mode, normal.
There it is.
So there you can see we've
Hole
entered in the
46.
code. We have the same everything so far.
Hole 46, no slope on the green. We have a wind speed of 3 to the northwest. The hole is looking like it's roughly in the middle of the green. All right.
So how cool is this, guys? Intellivision fan my whole life. Do YouTube, Facebook. I'm now playing Chip Shot 2 with original Blue Sky Ranger Steve Ettinger, who made a ton of original Intellivision games and now is bringing us a homebrew game. I was like, I don't know. I'm in awe. I never in my wildest dreams would have imagined, 6-7 months ago that this even would have been possible. All right, so let's chat a little bit and let's play. And they can watch us play. Watch the magic happen. Oh, I misjudged the wind.
I think you can still get around that tree.
Yeah. 210.
I think you're going to get me.
Oh, I rolled back. Woo!
Good putt. Oh, you're up by 2. So the scorecard.
Tim Babcock says, this is awesome. I have heard of Steve in the past. Megan
I've heard
said,
of him
hey guys,
too.
I'm super late, but the Chinese buffet was worth it. Paisley or Mike says the sprint has been such an opener for people seeing the light and wanted to create homebrew. Yeah, it really has. I mean, we have a great community, but the sprint has brought so many people back and new people.
Yeah, Mike, I will say that the sprint, I bought myself a sprint for Christmas. Ho, ho, ho. 2 things got me, the HDMI and the side loading. And I figured if the side loading was a thing that could allow me to do some coding, then maybe that's something I would go do, and maybe I'd resurrect Chip Shot. Hey, hit your scorecard for a minute, Casey.
So we've got 1037 course code. You can see we have all the same settings.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. We
same
have
wins
up there signifying caddy mode.
Yep.
And we have pro on. The P is for pro.
That's right. Okay. Go ball, go ball, go ball, go ball, go.
You give them the course code. You guys play the same game, even though you're nowhere near each other. baby.
I am so unaccustomed to these sprint controllers compared to the flashback I use.
Oh boy, the wind.
This next
Uh-oh.
hole is the one I was mentioning to you earlier, Casey.
Are you on the third one?
Yeah, this is the one with the tree I'm wondering what to do with.
Oh, too much. If I miss this, this is bad.
It's good.
Woo!
Noonan, miss it.
Oh, this is the one that, yeah, the tree on the bottom.
The yellow tree, I've got to decide what to do, if I keep it or with it there, it makes this a much trickier tee shot. Yeah, I'm going to hit the tree.
Oh, you really boxed that one.
Too much fade.
There's not much room there if you're not right on or don't pay attention to the wind on this one.
Yeah, this one's a tough tee shot. This is maybe one of the harder handicap holes in the game.
Ooh, look at that. Whoa.
Yeah.
210, 240. Oh boy. Oh, too much. I knew that was going to happen. I tried to do it anyway. That tree makes it difficult if you don't get out far enough.
Yeah, you can get under him now, though.
Woo!
Good shot.
What's up, Brandon?
I have yet to hit a good drive. I'm so unaccustomed to these controllers. I just don't use them. I use the other ones all the time for development.
Oh, you see where I'm at?
1 pixel away from the water.
Yeah. It was 4 wind, and I went a little bit of a, what is it, a slice? Wrong thing to do while by the water and 4 wind.
Right. Yeah, I got to figure out this bug. It's really bothering me.
Ooh, that was a nice shot.
Ooh, right on it. Tap in. Tap, tap, taparoo.
Sometimes you miss those.
Nah, you're supposed to make them all the time. Come on.
Tim Babcock is asking, do they have documentation on assembler for the Intellivision?
Who's they? I don't know.
Do you know of any?
I don't. I mean, I fortunately kept my manual from Mattel Electronics called Your Friend the Exec. I'm really glad I kept it all these years. I used it a ton, refreshing my memory on how stuff works in the game on the system. I'm pretty sure that's been posted online somewhere, but I don't know if that's what you're describing.
What the heck?
Ooh, what happened?
I got stuck in a tree and then forgot to do the 1.
Oh, well, I'm way down. I'm +1 on this round, so I want you to miss a few more shots.
Well, I didn't miss the putt at least. You're +1?
Yeah, what are you, -2?
-1.
-1. Oh, he's striking distance.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, here we are. This hole is called V-Bend.
Oh, boy.
Come on, ball turn. Didn't do it.
Move, baby, move. 1 pixel on the fairway.
All right, I think I might be able to dunk this chip shot.
Whoa, I did the pushing both sides of the controller again. I gotta hold the controller different.
Wrong aim. I didn't do it.
Well, that's going to be a long putt. Oh, jeez.
Oh, so close.
Well, there's your chance.
Okay, what are we even now? No, you're 0. You're even.
We're within 1.
Yeah, okay. Well, I have yet to hit even the last hash mark, much less a perfect drive. So I still have a hard time with this controller.
Oh, I hit perfect marks, but I didn't get the exclamation point.
Yeah. Oh, man. Could have done better on my approach.
I didn't adjust for the wind good enough.
Me neither. Oh, how do you not go in?
Oh, just a little more. We both parred it.
Yes, we did. I just can't get a full swing.
Oh, I might have went too far. Maybe not.
Exclamation point. Good job.
I didn't even notice that. I was so worried about messing up. I did another good one, but no exclamation point.
Oh, I finally got it to the last hash mark, but no exclamation. Oh, I blew that one.
Woo!
Forgot it was in the wind. All right, well, this one I can hit.
Oh, come on. Another short one I missed. I needed that. You get par on the last one?
I bogeyed it.
I'm even still. Wind. Oh no, I missed the second one, but I got power right. Woo! What'd you get on that one?
I got a bird.
Woo! I think we're one stroke away.
One off. I'm one off of the pace here. So here's
boy,
the hole.
this
I
one.
tried to grandson proof. This is brand new today. All that new stand of trees near the tee. Hopefully it'll keep people from cheating. Oh, crap. Ugh. Okay, well, I think you're winning this game.
Well, I went in the water. I did. I can't stop holding it different, but I keep hitting both sides.
Oh man, that's no good.
Like hitting the right lower button and whatever, the button I'm using.
Yep.
And if I'm not paying attention, I just keep doing it. Whoa. How in the... Oh boy, I really screwed up on this hole.
Well, I went into the trees on my tee shot, so I'm pretty sure you still have a shot.
I did the water, then the trees.
I just hit it in the water at the green. Oh, and I just pitched it. I wanted to putt it. No.
At least I didn't screw that shot up.
All right, so I blew this hole big time.
I'm already par, and I'm not even on the green.
I doubled.
Oh, Oh, get on there. Don't land in the water. Woo, look at that wind go. Well, I might be double as well by the time I get in the hole.
I think triple would be better.
Woo!
All right, we're tied.
Are we?
Oh, no. How are we not tied? 44. Yeah, we're tied. I keep looking at the first 9 holes.
Oh, yeah. I was doing the same thing.
All right, we're both tied. All right, here we go.
This one hard to see.
Still no exclamation point for Stevie. But I'm getting closer. Oh, come on.
Oh, I'm going to putter in. I'm going to try. Nope. I missed.
Oh, so close.
Just barely, though.
I parred.
Crash Sevens, Keith says the ability to see the green when you chip is awesome.
Yes, it is. It's tons of fun.
Wind. Uh-oh. Oh, almost hit both buttons again. Oh, didn't mess that one up.
You got another stroke back.
I got a birdie.
Missed the green again.
Well, I hit a good shot, but I ended up in the sand. Oh!
Did you chip it in?
Yeah, from the bunker right in the hole.
That's so much fun.
I'm like, it's gonna be close. It's going in.
That's awesome. So now you're up by how many? Let's see here. You got 2 on me now, right? Yep. Nice.
Just one.
No, it's 55 to 53.
Oh yeah, I'm looking over there again.
Are you saying there's too much information on the scorecard?
Nope. I would never say such a thing. Uh-oh, I went too far.
Casey, maybe my sprint's broken since I can't get an exclamation point.
Oh, what the heck? 1 pixel in the water.
Yep.
I'm like, I got a wind of 4. That's gonna hurt.
It's a close shot. Are you in the bunker? Nope, you're in the rough. Be careful. Can't take as full a swing as you can in the sand. Pretty good.
Oh,
One more roll.
I have a lot of those super close ones.
All right, so what's your scorecard?
Happy 4th, sir, and happy early birthday.
I got the lead.
Oh, because I hit in the water, then missed the putt. Oh, and we're getting close to the end here. All right. time to do something here.
Yes, it is. Time for me to hole it out. Nope.
Oh, come on. I didn't. What'd you end up with?
I ended up with a birdie.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna lose. I've had so many putts that normally I hit in.
Yeah, I still can't seem to hit. Uh-oh, no trees, no trees. Oh. Okay, well, you've got a shot now. I'm gonna have to burn a stroke here just to get back on the fairway.
You're 2 ahead.
Yeah. That's too far.
Oh, I ended up in the 1 pixel in the water. Come on. I had a shot.
Yeah, I'm still seeing, I think I'm still seeing a flash of that target X. I've done more code changes on that lately than I can count to fix that bug, and it's still happening. Which clearly means I don't understand what's happening.
I ended up with a freaking 6.
Oof. I
hit the water by 1 pixel. I should have upped it a club. I had heavy wind, and I went with what it told me, and you had to hit an absolute perfect shot, and I was just a little off.
Yep.
+5.
Oh, what a terrible putt.
I need a hole-in-one there.
I did too. I did not come close.
Well, at least I ended on a good putt. Oh, no, I have 1 more hole.
Bear claw.
How many am I behind going to the last hole? Jeez.
2 strokes.
Ugh.
Can I make it? Can I play defense? Oh, the wind did not do what I wanted. Oh boy, this is gonna be a long approach.
Oh, I went too far.
Okay, crosswind for 4. Okay. In. Oh.
I needed you to go in the water even just to have a chance.
Yeah, it didn't happen. I ended up getting a par. Neither of us changed our golfer color the whole round. Ooh, you almost made that. Nice. Close as you could have gotten. One
stroke.
That's great.
Good game.
That was fun.
It was pretty close to the real thing, as much as you're going to get for Intellivision.
It's Intellivision.
Well, you got me, Steve.
Well, I think you sandbagged a little bit there, but thank you.
No, I don't do that ever. I could be playing my daughter, and I give her full strength.
That's funny.
I don't go easy on nobody.
Righty. All right. Any final questions from anybody?
I haven't seen any. Yeah, I just want to say again, it's like it's been a fun ride, and it's getting close to the end. And I'm so excited to do the golf league and compete with that, and get this game in everyone's hands. All your hard work is going to start to be enjoyed very soon, and I know for you that's got to be a big thing.
It's a huge thing. It'll be fun for me to know everybody's going to just keep playing this thing forever, way after I'm gone. That's going to be fun.
Oh, I know I'll play it forever. It's always going to be one of my go-to. The original was, ever since I started playing, it was one of my go-to games. I love it.
Yeah, me too.
Dale says, Steve, thanks for coming on and doing this. Casey, again, thank you again for having Steve. And believe me, I want the same thing. Keith is a huge chip shot lover, golf lover as well. Great job, Steve. All right. Well, I think
thanks everybody for taking the time and for hanging into the bitter end. What do you got? Like 6 people left?
I don't know. There's close to 20.
Oh, that's cool. Thanks, everybody.
It comes and goes, but when you start getting, it's 11:15 East Coast time, so you start dropping people that got to go to work. But don't worry, the numbers show they always finish what they missed. They catch up the next day. So just to recap, the game is nearly done. The game's going to be free in ROM form. Steve's put his heart and soul into this game. It's really good. The ROM's going to be free as soon as it's done, and we do the golf league. It'll be distributed. Watch for the news. There'll be a sprint package, of course, and complete in box. There's no information on that yet, and we will talk about it as soon as there is some information for that. And again, thanks for coming on, Steve. We've been at it about 3 hours and 17 minutes. And have a nice couple weeks off. And
Thank you very much.
Forward to getting a new version, which most likely is going to be later tonight or tomorrow.
Possibly.
Stuff will bug Steve. He'll be like, I'm not going to get the one for a couple days. And it's like 2 hours later. All right, I sent you one.
Yeah, that's when there were still lots and lots of features to add. And some of them were actually pretty quick to do. So it was the long, hard head scratchers that you'd go several days without getting a new build when I had to tear everything apart in order to figure out how to add something new.
Yeah, but that's because it took you longer to do it, not because you weren't immediately trying to fix it.
Yeah.
You're like me. If you get your mind set on something, you just got to do it.
Yeah, I do just got to do it. And I think this project has also revealed to me that I probably was never the fastest programmer in the world. And I definitely wasn't the best trained and educated programmer in the world, but it's still been a ton of fun.
But you made a lot of the best games for Intellivision, and there's something to be said about that.
Yeah, well, thank you.
Whenever you have the list of Steve Ettinger games, they're almost all people's favorites. And that, there's not saying that you're the only programmer, but you're one of them. Your games are all top notch as far as I'm concerned. There's, like I said earlier, there's not a dud in the bunch. Not for Intellivision. I can't speak for the others, but Intellivision games are all good.
Hey, no, thank you, Casey.
All right, guys. That's going to do it for tonight. Watch for more information on Chip Shot 2. I'm looking forward to showing it to you and playing it off now that you've all seen it. And we will see you soon. One quick note. After tomorrow, Mike's Gaming Gala is off 2 weeks. He's asked that I go in his slot. We're going to do some fun stuff. Mike's Gaming Gala, we're going to take all of his characters and tier rank them and chat about them, and then we're going to play some Intellivision games. So that's going to be fun. I'll have an extra day for 2 weeks. I'll take over his slot after tomorrow, the next 2 weeks. So what is that, like the 7th and 14th or something like that? So I'll have 2 weeks where you'll get me 2 days in a row. Other than that, watch for gameplay videos Friday and more information coming soon on Chip Shot 2. Stick around, Steve. Good night, everyone. We'll see you soon.
Thanks, everybody.
Oops. One brief second here. There's no outro selected.
Oh, no.
All right, guys. Here we go. See you in the next one.
Rise up. Get ready for the fight. The Intellivision gamer. Shining so bright. Reviews and gameplay. He's got it all from classics to new. He stands tall. Interviews and insights. He's on a mission, unleashing the power of retro intuition. He's got the knowledge, the passion on tap. biggest stage, says brothers unite. Intellivision gamer, he brings the light with the game console. He's making history.